What's up, stationaries? Guess what? It's about that time. This is the week. E3 and Summer Game Fest 2021 kicks off this weekend. And everyone is making their lists, and I dare say they're checking it twice as well. Which developer or publisher will be the heroes, as well as which ones will be the villains of the biggest gaming events in the world? Get ready, because Crossroads is live right now. Hey there, this is Crossroads, the PlayStation podcast for Boss Rush Games. I am LeRon and Austin, and co-piloting with me is our PlayStation doctor, Mr. Austin Campbell. What's up, sir?
What's up? I am officially in vacation mode. That's right. I don't have my sunglasses with me, but if I did, I would put them on.
He would look so cool.
Yeah, one of those cool guys.
Must be nice to do a vacation, man. What's that like?
Well, this one came out of nowhere. So have a sister-in-law that's getting married, and you can also have a trip to Florida.
Okay, fair enough. All right, joining us in third chair tonight is the Land Party Czar himself, and also a trash-talking master, Mr. Logan Corkins.
Wow. Do you know a rhino's horn is actually made out of hair?
What?
I did not know. Wait.
Made out of hair. I learned that this week.
Excuse me? What? Hair?
Yeah, it's made out of hair that's been basically like fermented, and that's what gives it the tusk shape. It like dries together, and it becomes like a sturdy structure.
I will
know
never
what
look
I'm going
at
to
it
do
the
with
same
my
again.
hair.
Don't do that, Austin. Don't do that.
I'm going to do that with my hair now. Only doing it.
Start growing it out, and then you can cut it.
Exactly. It's gonna have one long horn.
Oh
And start
god!
stabbing people.
You're a unicorn! Yay!
Katie's gonna have a damn fit.
There's nothing new.
God,
All right, guys, keep it together, because joining us tonight is Stephanie Klimov, which I've already told her a couple times in various chats that she's like the freaking MVP for BossRushGames.com. But to some of you guys out there in the audience that actually checks out BossRushGames.com and all the wonderful articles we have, you might know her better as the Mad Pharmacist. Welcome tonight, Stephanie.
Hey, thanks for such a warm welcome.
Hey, we love you.
Right
You're
back
the
at you.
best.
I always considered Crossroads as the cool podcast of the Boss Rush Network.
Suck it, pal block.
That's what I'm talking
Hey,
about.
I'm
See,
in the zone.
hey, we're looking for a permanent fourth chair if you want it.
That's how you actually join Crossroads. Is you have to get disowned by Pal Block, and then you get moved to Crossroads. That's the chain of command.
And where's
Yeah.
Dan?
Yeah, like we got his seat warm.
Dan's a free agent. Dan goes wherever he wants.
So how's everybody's week been? You know, like it's always a staple of the show when I always say, I know it's only Tuesday, but how's everybody's week going for them?
This is like my 5th white chocolate mocha this week, so I mean,
Wow.
say what you will about that.
This might be the best Tuesday I've had in a long time because I don't work tomorrow. So.
Yeah, nice. This week has been kicking my ass at work, but I mean, when you work in IT, sometimes it's challenges, and I like it, but God, like I've been nursing some serious headaches, and it's not hangovers, and I really wish it was hangovers.
Oh, yeah, that sucks. Because at least, like, if it's a hangover, you knew you had fun the night before. So
Right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, my birthday just passed last Thursday and everything. Like, I don't even feel as old as I am, which is a plus. Yeah. I do feel like I need to take more naps now, so maybe that is my age catching up with me.
I feel like it's a little bit downhill after 30. I don't know.
That's why I'm dreading it so much.
Yeah.
Granted, I
Yeah.
got like another 4 years.
Here's a cool thing, right? Like in the state of Virginia. Oh, I'm not sure if it's anywhere else. Like I've only lived in the state of Virginia my entire adult life. But in the state of Virginia, your license and your ID card expires on your birthday. Yeah. So I'm not sure if that's like some cruel ass joke saying like you're past your expiration date when your birthday comes around, but I really hate it. I really hate it. And so I was like, oh shit, I have to scramble and get my license renewed before like it expires. And like I wind up driving without a license because this is how it always happens to me. Like my license expires or some BS happens and my license gets suspended, and it's like the day after all this goes down, I get pulled over by the cops. So I was scrambling to get this done and everything, and I just went on to the DMV's website, paid the $32, got renewed. They used to.
You mean to tell me in Virginia for your birthday you have to go to the DMV
and renew your license on your birthday in Virginia? Yeah.
Yeah, you're not alone, LeRon. I think that's the same thing with me because I remember when I turned 30, my license also was going to expire, and I don't know if Real ID is going to be a national thing, but I also had it was like the last year, well, before it got delayed, that I also had to get a Real ID. So I'm like, it's a cruel, cruel joke. Like, why do I have to spend my day at the DMV on my birthday?
Yeah. Now, as a matter of fact, I was going to do the Real ID, but in Virginia, like you actually have to like show up at the DMV and like provide a couple forms of ID and paperwork and stuff like that. But the thing is, like you have to schedule it 90 days out. So like I went to the website, and the first one was like, in August. So I was like, oh, what the hell? Like, I mean, and they're like, oh, you can't use your expired ID card as a form of identification. And I was like, you bastards. So I just went. So I'm like, yeah, they're automatically going to get another $35 from me, in the next couple of months. But you know what? They're going to have to get it anyway because like my license came. Mm-hmm. They used an old ass picture of me from 8 years ago. They used a picture when I was still fat. Oh my god. Oh my, I'm so.
I was just looking at mine and I was like, 220 is the weight? God dang, I was just being generous. Really generous. Damn.
I'm like, so do I wait the 90 days and just go get the Real ID and go get a picture done then? Or do I just go spend another $30 and get a new license photo taken? Because I absolutely hate this one. And I guarantee you I'm going to get pulled over by the police and they're going to be doing this thing. Sir, is this you?
Sir, can you take your sleeves off because I need to see this.
There we go. I was waiting for it.
Oh! I used to joke with my mom. I'm like, Mom, like chances are, like the reason why I'm gonna get pulled over, but the reason why I'm gonna get taken to jail is because of what I'm wearing. My mom was like, don't make those jokes. I used to tell her that all the time. All right, so we got a pretty good show tonight. You guys ready for it?
Yeah.
We also have a reminder about the Ratchet and Clank contest that we are hosting over at Crossroads that actually ends this Friday when Ratchet and Clank releases. So there is that to get all excited about. But you know what? Let's go ahead and break into the housekeeping. This is Crossroads, the PlayStation podcast of Boss Rush Games. Every week we come together, bringing you the latest in news, rumors, games, and general discussion in the world of PlayStation. Crossroads is live on twitch.tv/Exodus803, Tuesday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are unable to join us during the live event, Crossroads can be found on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and other podcast apps. And if you like the show, then please consider subscribing to our podcast. You can also see the show on youtube.com/BossRushGames and our website, BossRushGames.com, every Thursday, and also on my YouTube channel, Exodus803, on Wednesdays for the recap. Wednesday evenings, yeah. While you're there, don't forget to check out the growing family of podcasts over at BossRushGames.com. And remember to share, rate, and review us wherever you check out our show. And one last thing, please remember to give us a follow at PS_Crossroads on Twitter. So, now that all that's out the way, hey guys, what have we been playing this week? Actually, wait, before we break into that, Stephanie, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, you're like an MVP, at least at Crossroads, because, I mean, Austin, how many weeks have we featured one of her articles, as what you need to be reading?
Probably once a week, honestly, like at least once a week. Like, we're not going to promote Logan's, that's for sure. So.
You guys don't want to talk about High School Musical?
No, I mean,
No.
We just can't get enough High School Musical that we gotta talk about something else.
Just saying it is leading again today, and it posted 3 days ago.
I mean, let's look at some of this as the rock star here. You had like the most hits on June. You had one of the articles had the most hits on June the 7th with the pre-order incentives for Skyward Sword HD.
Mm-hmm.
Your editorial, what's in the name? I love that one.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Oh, thanks, guys.
By the way, I wanted to fight you on this one. When is it time to stop making sequels? I wanted to fight you on that one because you know what? Final Fantasy has 16 numbered sequels and like a smattering of like unofficial sequels and stuff like that. But I'm not a big Final Fantasy fan, but I feel like if the content can still stay fresh and they're still doing things for the property, like hell, like Friday the 13th got 11 movies?
Oh yeah, no, that's like one of the first franchises that came to mind. I definitely wasn't knocking it. I was actually making the point, like, if a franchise could change up or keep things fresh as much as franchise like Final Fantasy can do, then who's to put a number on that? That's so arbitrary,
Yeah. So tell us about yourself, and then I'm going to ask you the loaded question that everyone gets when they're the newbie on Crossroads.
So, I think LeRon had mentioned it, that if you look at my articles, I'm under as Mad Pharmacist, which I guess has now become like quite the alias for me. But that's because I'm a pharmacist by trade. And in college, I thought it was wicked cool. Like, oh, look at me, I'm a mad pharmacist. But now it's pretty embarrassing and just cheesy. But so, yeah, pharmacist by trade. I am an author. And, and a gamer. I'm just kind of start getting back into it because adulting is hard. Very, very hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up. How I got into video games is, my cousin lived with us growing up, and he always had his NES and SNES, and I'd watch him play. And also, I watched him play Ocarina of Time on the Nintendo 64. So, and it took my parents a long time to get me a system because they were very anti-video game. They thought it was going to turn my brain to mush. That the whole point of video games is that it would make me dumber. Yeah, I came from that background, and obviously I took care of that.
You're a pharmacist, so.
No, I turned to my parents. I'm like, see, I told you.
Joke's on you, Mom, Dad.
It's always
Dr.
nice
Mario
when you can.
Everything I need to know.
It's always nice when you can wag the finger back at the parents.
Yeah, but my parents, for some reason, still believe they're right. But it's okay. That's kind of the parent thing, I think I'm always right with my kid. Well, my kid's only 5, so I can kind of lie to him and just be like, "That's the truth."
Yeah, you can lord over kids when they're that small. That's true.
Anyway, but yeah, that's kind of me in a nutshell. And I started off as a fan of Nintendo Power Block because when the pandemic, took over and we're all locked inside, I'm like, I need some podcasts to listen to because I usually listen to music, and I found a Nintendo based podcast and kind of started listening more, and then I realized, they're looking for writers on the team. I like to write and I love video games, and why not do both? So
they discovered that I like to write, and that's how I'm on the writing team. All right, so here we go. Here's the loaded question. I hope you're ready. Tell us about your pedigree with Sony and the PlayStation.
All right. So I hope I can get a little bit of credit. I'm not going to, tout myself as being, a super fan, but my first PlayStation console was the PS2. What I think would be probably one of the best, back in the day consoles. Long and short of it is Nintendo 64 was my first console. And then I was looking into kind of the next generation, and it was a couple factors playing into it. Like, I saw my friends playing, Spyro, Tomb Raider, stuff that, you wouldn't get on, Nintendo. Also, it plays DVDs. That was kind of important to me back then, and I couldn't afford multiple consoles. I can only afford, one console at a time back then. So I started with PS2, and I'm really grateful for that. I played Final Fantasy X, and then 10-2 or X2. I played Kingdom Hearts. I actually became a huge Kingdom Hearts fan until they started making like 30 games for it. No offense. It's just I couldn't keep up, and it was just I don't know. My brain.
No. No, please be offensive because I have a love-hate relationship with Kingdom Hearts.
That's a thing. Oh, don't get me started on, finally getting back to Kingdom Hearts 3. It was okay. Anyway, Katamari Damacy, that's just kind of like a random oddball game, but I love it. And even though I didn't get to play, Ratchet and Clank, I did play Jak and Daxter. And
Hell yes.
So that was my game back then. I loved it. Beat it. It's one of the few games I, just really found myself playing for hours. And I really hope that they, reboot Jak and Daxter, kind of like how they did with Ratchet and Clank.
There are rumors that Jak and Daxter might be set to make a return. We don't know in what way, shape, form, or fashion. We might just see another stab at the trilogy coming back out, but there's rumors, and I'd be all over it. Like, I mean, I love Ratchet and Clank, but I was always a Jak and Daxter fan.
Yeah, I always like, to me, they were kind of the face of PlayStation in my mind. Obviously not, because I know Nintendo has their mascot of Mario and everything is Mario, but I'm like, PlayStation, I feel like, and I could be wrong, this is the PlayStation podcast, I'm not sure if they really had a true face to the console over the years,
Crash.
I'd say their first mascot unofficially was Crash Bandicoot. I would say that.
Then it went to probably Nathan Drake. Drake held it for a really long time, and now it's like God of War. Now it's like Kratos and Aloy.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. But yeah, so after that, I kind of swapped back and forth because, again, the financial situation, I got a Wii, skip PS3, and now I have the PS4. I do plan on getting a PS5, but just the headache of trying to get one, I'm just going to, bow out of that for now. I just bought Ghost of Tsushima, so I did not play it yet, but I did buy it. It is on my to-play list. I also started Horizon Zero Dawn because I'm kind of a little behind. And now that I saw the Forbidden West, I'm like, I need to get my ass on this. Oops, I mean, get my butt on this.
No. You can say all the adult words. You can say all the adult words.
And the other standard stuff: Red Dead 2, Last of Us 2, and here I am. So.
Very cool.
Well,
awesome.
You're actually beating me and LeRon.
Yeah, because Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah.
I've been waiting because this is kind of getting into our predictions later, but I'm waiting for the PS5 disc version of Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
And it may never happen. I may never play it for that reason.
All right. Well, there you go. Welcome once again, Stephanie, to the show. We're glad you wanted to join us tonight. Like, trust me. And also we need a little bit of the female persuasion to balance out because Nellie's been gone. She's doing her things to finish off school and everything and stuff like that. And we had Celeste on last week, which was wonderful. Wait, Celeste was last week, right?
Yeah.
It was a great episode. Loved it.
Oh yeah, it was a great episode. Apparently some of our content, got the homophobia released, online and stuff like that. But it's whatever. If you guys don't like talking about things that boys and girls do, then you're probably not in the right place for it.
Keep the conversation.
Yep. All right. So now that we've gotten all that out the way, now we can start talking about what we've been playing or what we've been doing or watching this week. Hey, Loki comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Hey, review goes up Saturday on BossRushGames.com.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. All right. So Stephanie, you're the guest here tonight. Go ahead and get started. What are you playing? Any games? Are you watching any TV shows, or what's going on?
So not watching too much TV because, with the adulting and having a little spawn running around, I can either choose video games or TV and or writing. I just submitted my novel and selected a book cover, so that kind of took up some of my time.
Holy hell, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. It's number 4. I'm excited. I'm really excited about this one. But anyway, tangent. I just finished Oxenfree. Again, I'm kind of hitting the backlog, and knowing that future releases are coming along. So I think in the Indie World Showcase, there was a teaser for a second Oxenfree. So I beat that. I'm working my way through Hitman 2, and I know, again, that's an older game. There's a 3 out, but there's another podcast that's playing through Hitman 2, and they just kind of share scores and stuff. So for fun, because it was on sale, I just bought it, and I'm playing along with that podcast. So Hitman 2, and like I said, once I get Ghost of Tsushima downloaded, that's going to be kind of my... I always have a PlayStation start, a game, I'm working on my PS4, and a game on my Switch that I'm kind of working through.
Very cool.
Cool. All right, Logan, you're up.
Call of Duty Cold War. Picked it up on the Days of Play sale, and god dang, this is the best feeling COD I've played long time. I re-downloaded Black Ops 3 just to kind of get myself back in the Call of Duty mode, and fell in love with that game again. So I was like, screw it, I'll get Cold War. Me and my roommate played like 3 hours or 2 hours of Cold War today, and it was like, dude, it feels like we're back in Modern Warfare 2 with the fast-paced action, which doesn't include a lot of like running on the walls or anything. It's a simple ground and pound FPS, which is what I love. Austin's always disgusted at me. Skeleton Jack in the chat. Those two just go hand in hand. And then
I gave him so much for Black Ops 3. I can't believe he's playing that game. I hate Black Ops 3 so much. So much.
And then I've been playing MLB The Show, and then I started playing Unravel 2 again on my Xbox.
So
nice.
So here's a question for you, Logan. Well, first of all, how much was Cold War on the sale?
$34.99.
Okay. Now, in your rankings of the Call of Duty games that you've played, which one do you think is tops?
I mean, you can't go away from Modern Warfare 2. I think just the map selection, the weapon selection. It was at a point too where Call of Duty wasn't building these 3-lane maps that they really did. I mean, Black Ops 3 is, I think, the biggest proponent of the 3-lane map, where like, yeah, you have little ways to get around, but most of the time, all the traffic is within 3 big spots. Modern Warfare 2 didn't have that. It was more or less, you're going to fight all throughout this map. Everybody's going to have their spots where they think it's the best. Terminal's a great spot. Of course, I was in middle school when that game came out too. So like when you had beef with somebody, you would go to Rust and you would settle your beef with a free-for-all 1v1. And so Modern Warfare 2 will forever be my favorite Call of Duty game.
See, I'm the old guy on the panel here, because like when you had beef, you either did Perfect Dark or GoldenEye on 64.
I mean, Perfect Dark.
GoldenEye.
Dude, I was 5 when Perfect Dark came out, man.
That's why I said I'm the old guy here.
I thought he was gonna say like they went out and beat each other with sticks or something before they had video games.
I mean, yeah, they did that too, but
No. I'll show you guys what's up on some damn combat for the Atari 2600.
Hey, I actually like combat. I love combat.
Did you play with the paddle controller?
No. I played on the PS2. Weirdly enough, I had an Atari collection on there that I would play.
Oh,
play all the games on. Yep.
Oh man, you wound me. Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
At least it's on PlayStation. Logan, was that all for you?
Yeah, that's it.
Besides High School Musical, the series. Besides that,
yeah, I've been watching that, and then what else? I've been watching Mythic Quest season 2. I need to check it out.
All right. Austin, you're up.
I have also been playing Call of Duty Cold War because I wanted to finish the Battle Pass before we left for vacation. Because it'll be
play together.
Well, you just now bought it. I've been playing it all year, man. That's the game that me and my 3 friends in my hometown, we all get on and play whenever we can. I usually don't play by myself. If you ever want to play, Logan, I'll play with you though. I play quite a bit. But yeah, I really was trying to grind through it because it was double XP for weapons, and then they also had the battle passes ending in like 10 days, and I get back in actually it should be a week now, so it'll be over by the time I get back, and I want to make sure I got my money's worth. Playing a ton of Outriders. I really wanted to try to beat it before I left, but I couldn't do it. There's still quite a bit to go, but I really, really like it. Max level's 30, and I'm at 22, so I feel like I'm getting close to the end of the game, or at least about 3/4 of the way. And then I'm just like Stephanie as well. I always have a game that I'm playing on Switch and PlayStation, and then I have a game on Xbox. I haven't played my Xbox in a while, but on my Switch, I'm playing Mario Odyssey again because I never finished it. But I got the itch because Katie's been playing Donkey Kong 64.
Oh,
I was
gosh. I love that game.
And watching her play, which I've never played it, but watching her play like that collectathon type of 3D platforming game, that was like, I was like, I'm getting the Mario Odyssey itch, so I went and played it. I almost went and bought the Mario 3D All Stars at Walmart. I almost went and bought it. I might buy it once I get back. I don't know, but I also got another game to buy. So
I was gonna say, how did she like the camera angles now? Because back in the day, Donkey Kong 64 is one of my favorite games, but I try to, boot it up the other day to show my son, and I got so frustrated through my controller because the camera angle sucked.
Well, I think she's really saved herself because she does not play games. She plays like Mario Kart with me. She play Mario Party with me, but she doesn't really play like she hasn't played probably I think the last game that she's talked about to me that she's played was on the Wii, so that was like the last thing she really got into. So her playing it was like. It was like just right back to where she was. Me looking at it, I was like, that does not look fun. Like I was like, because we were also she put in Star Wars Racers,
Pod
Racers, which I had never played.
I'll do so much fun.
She was beating me every time, and I was like, this game makes no sense to me. Like, are you glitching through walls? Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't understand. So. But yeah, I think she's kind of saved herself not playing newer games because she goes back and it's just like old times. Whereas there's very few old games I go back to and I'm not frustrated by. So especially in the 3D world, I just went back and played Banjo-Kazooie when that Rare Replay came out on Xbox, and I went to pull all my hair out. I was like, I can't do it no more. I can't play it anymore. So, but that's pretty much all I've watched or all I played. I need to watch Mighty Ducks. That's
yeah.
Well, can I just congratulate you for making the Twitter chat like a complete freaking like it devolved all the
insane, man. For those of you who didn't catch my Twitter Twitter fiasco, I had I was giving out a $5 gift card to whoever could tell me the first game that I was introduced to Mario on. And, people gave me the same kind of old, and I was like, it's a very obscure game. And then Logan keeps coming at me with Super Smash Bros. I'm like, no, it's a really obscure game.
I only said it once.
Yeah, I caught the beginning of that, yeah.
You said Smash. You said Mario Kart. I was like, well,
no, I said Mario Hose. I said a lot of other ones that I won't say on air.
But so I was, and then I said, I will give another $5 gift card to whoever can give me the first game that introduced me to Zelda.
Oh, I missed that one.
See, where everybody,
you did it because it's the same game. It's the same game.
The problem is where everyone was getting this wrong with their answers and stuff is they had to have been thinking like the first game that Mario appeared in. Because
I think so, but with Mario, a lot of people were saying Sunshine was the first answer I got, and I was like, that could have been it.
Sunshine?
Yeah. That's the first answer I got.
I think I guessed Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
I was also a Donkey Kong person.
And Geek Bro 27 Jack, he told me Donkey Kong Jr. and he was really, really close because technically Donkey Kong Jr. was on this game as well. And the answer is Gallery 4. It's a Game & Watch Gallery 4. It had all these Mario and Luigi games. It had Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong 3, Mario Brothers, and then it had old Game & Watch games, but they redid them with Mario and Luigi. There was boxing on there, which was I actually learned about Luigi before I learned Mario. And so all of this was there, but you could also unlock the Game & Watch version of Zelda, which is basically just a platformer Zelda, and that was my first Zelda game. So both the answer was Gallery 4 for both of them, And I know Celeste. I know Celeste probably got the most bothered out of it, and Ed didn't even know what the game was. So I know.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. That was the most mind blowing thing to me. Was Ed was like, I don't remember this game. I was like, that's the one my mom bought me when they got me the Game Boy Advance for Christmas that year, and I'll never forget it. So, yeah.
All right.
Anyway. Trolling on the internet as usual.
Hey, it paid off. It paid off because I was laughing behind the scenes.
I know. The Rob was the only one to message me and be like, just tell me what it is.
I took my guess. And then after I took my guess and I went back and read the question again. I was like, oh shit. I was to use a Navy term, I was completely nuking it. Yeah, it wasn't anything like where I guarantee you 80% of the people in that chat were thinking it was the first game that Mario was in. Not the first game you played that featured Mario and Zelda together. They zeroed in on Mario because they never said anything about Link or Zelda or anything. They just zeroed in on Mario and just ran.
Yep. It was a fun time, but there was a point where I was like, all right, guys, I want you to find the answer. And I knew unless someone specifically had the same memory as me, someone was just going to have to look this up. Because it's just not a game you think about.
Blocks was on the way, though. Blocks and Celeste,
very close.
They were both on the way, but Celeste got it, right?
Block was really close, and then Jacob kind of had the right idea that they were both on there, but it was Celeste that was like, Game & Watch, and I said, I don't know. It could be a Game & Watch.
Austin, never let it be said that you are not a jerk. Never let it be said.
Oh, I know I am. I'm the resident jerk. I'm willing to accept that role. I've accepted my role as an old 80-year-old man yelling at kids, telling them to get off my lawn. Like I'm ready for that to happen. I can't wait for it to happen.
All right.
My cat is crying that my mom left.
How about you, LeRon? Other than Monster Hunter,
that Monster Hunter, I caught up on the Bad Batch.
I still need to watch that.
How is that?
It's good. It's getting better because like the pilot episode, which was like about an hour long, it was a home run for me. Like, you know, we saw some stuff that connected it to like further canon with Star Wars Rebels, and then like the next couple episodes were kind of lukewarm. I mean, you know, Admiral Tarkin showed up, which he would eventually become Grand Moff Tarkin in the universe. He showed up. And kind of caused like a whole bunch of BS that go on, and then the got kind of lukewarm, and now they're starting to bring things back together. Spoiler alert: if you guys have been watching The Mandalorian, remember Ming-Na Wen's character, Fennec Shand?
Mm-hmm.
She's in this.
Oh, very cool.
She's in this. Cool. Yeah. As a matter of fact, it was funny too because like because when she drops in, like, you know, like, okay, like the animated version of her looks so cool, but doesn't look completely like Ming-Na. So, you know, I'm sitting there looking and everything, and I'm like, I feel like she's familiar. That's what I'm thinking when I'm watching it. And then the moment she says something, I'm like, oh my god, it's Fennec Shand. Because you can't escape, like, you know, Ming-Na's voice, especially if you're like an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fan like I am, or, you know, watched any of her other movies, particularly Street Fighter, you know. But yeah, so I mean, I caught up on the Bad Batch, and I've been playing Monster Hunter. And funny story, like Dan was talking to me last night, and he was thinking about jumping on and playing because I said I'll jump on and help some people out if they need to like rank up and stuff like that. And he's like, well, what rank are you? And I was like, well, I'm HR 69. And then it wound up being like this really big, like, you know, like big discussion about, of course, LeRon is like 69. Shame me so bad that I played for 90 minutes and hit HR 78. So,
attaboy.
You should honestly never rank up ever. just leave it at 69.
Just leave it at 69.
Don't ever
That's the best ranking.
Well, here's the thing about it. I thought 69 was like okay for a while. Like Monster Hunter will cap you at certain levels, and usually it's a level right before you hit like the next one in the tens. So when I hit 69, it felt like I played 2 missions and did not level up. So I was like, oh, this means I have to play. There's a story mission that's waiting for me that I haven't played yet because I've just been taking my time and like getting more weapons and armor and stuff ready and stuff like that. So I hadn't really been playing it. So I was like, oh, like this game is telling me I got to play this mission, and then like I did one what's called a rampage quest, which is a really fun mode in the game. Like rampage is like tower defense for Monster Hunter, and so I was playing rampage because like I'm trying to it's. If anyone's played Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter World Iceborne, this is basically the weapon augmentation system, like what you do with rampage skills and stuff like that. So I've started getting into that. So I was like, okay, you know, like apparently like I can't rank up anymore. So I was like, let me just waste some time in rampage. And then as soon as I finished the first rampage mission, I got promoted to HR 71. And I was like, oh, okay, so there is no... So I don't have to, like, brute force my way through the next story mission. I can just keep doing what I'm doing. So I've been playing Rampage, and that's the next thing, because I want to start augmenting my weapons and actually, you know, getting to what they call in-game, like, status.
Stephanie, I think we need an introduction on the cat.
I was going to apologize for the cat butt.
The chat's loving it, so...
Oh, yay! Yeah, this is Paxil. Of course, she's now butt-faced us. And just pharmacist joke. So Paxil is a drug that is considered an antidepressant. So I'm like, oh, you're my little antidepressant. She's cool. I trained her kind of like a dog when she was a kitten. I got her to play fetch with me. She does tricks. Like she shakes hands. She sits on command because I'm a weird cat lady.
Aww.
Very cool.
That's cool. I've always loved cats that think they're dogs. I've always loved that.
Yep. It's something special.
All right, so that's everything that we've been doing or playing this past week and stuff. I'm not sure how much video game playing we're going to happen as we get to the weekend, though, because E3 is coming. But before we start talking about all that crap, we need to talk about what's on our PlayStation. And Austin, all credit goes to you, man. This is a wonderful idea. So guess
really,
what?
All credit goes to Twitter because I just so happened to see it on the Explore page. So
okay, fine. Well, this episode of PlayStation is called Station Gastronomy. That's right. From sandwiches to fried chicken to even Chinese food, your convenience store is starting to look like the best place to get a full meal these days. Tonight, we're talking about food that other people would turn their noses up at. I'm talking about, like the good old cuisine that you get from gas stations. So, how it breaks down tonight. We got three topics here. What's your favorite staple of gas station eating? Whether it be like the sandwiches or whether it be like the homemade platters or something, all that stuff in between. How often you grab a meal from a convenience store. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a couple of shocking answers here tonight, but I can't wait to hear them. And what is the most obscure food you've seen at a gas station? And when I say most obscure food, I'm talking about food they serve fresh at the gas station, not stuff that's already pre-packaged and stuff and you have to put it in a microwave or something like that. And yes, I'm also discounting the freaking 7-Eleven nachos because I've seen some of the monstrosities you guys make out of this. So those are not on the table. So, who wants to go first?
Okay, so
Logan's a foodie. So Logan's a foodie. So
Logan's a foodie, yeah. All right, so what's your favorite staple of gas station food, Logan?
Man. So we have Quick Trip in Kansas City, which is like the greatest gas station ever. So, because of the bearded wonder over there, I have been eating a lot of donuts with Mountain Dew. That is my go-to in the mornings at 4 o'clock in the morning when I'm going to work.
Logan, how could you?
Because then I eat ridiculously healthy the rest of the day. So like that's the one thing that like I still crave. It's just it's 2 donuts and then I don't even drink even a quarter of the can of Mountain Dew, but yeah, so that's become my thing. I love corn dogs. If you have a corn dog on a roller, like, dude, I'm in. I'm just in. Corn dogs are my go-to.
All right, all right, Stephanie. let's hear it. Let's hear it. And please don't introduce travesties like like donuts and Mountain Dew. Please don't. Please don't.
No, I won't. But unfortunately, it might be on the flip side and be a bit boring because, up in Massachusetts, I just don't feel like there are really that many interesting things. Because when I read like the readout to what we were talking about like Chinese takeout and stuff like that, I'm like, where's that gas station? Granted, I might feel a little hesitant about eating Chinese food out of a gas station, but primarily it's not a food.
At least it's actually chicken and not cat. So I mean, like, there's a 50-50 chance.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So for people still getting to know me, I'm actually half Chinese, so I get the jokes because.
Oh, I did not even mean it in that way. I apologize. I was just making a
racist. No, but. Let me finish.
Damn it, Austin!
Kill him, destroy him.
Austin, you managed to not give me a strike on Twitch, but I swear this guy's gonna get me one.
Logan might actually.
Oh yeah.
No, so two super quick things because I guess when I was in San Francisco in Chinatown and I wanted to get some stringed up meat, and my mom says, "Don't do that. That looks like an actual pigeon." And then the other one was in a town in Massachusetts, unnamed. Someone from a Chinese restaurant, won't name what it is, they actually got in trouble with the town because they were caught hunting like ducks in the park for their restaurant.
Oh, but
we had that here. One of the Chinese restaurants did that here. There was a pond near my house, and there's ducks in it. They caught them trying to hunt the ducks out of it.
I bet their Peking duck was awesome though.
Super
fresh, right? It's fresh meat.
Super fresh.
It tastes like home.
Yeah. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. Oh, I just honestly get more my energy drinks from gas stations. Like that's like the first thing I navigate to. I get my Rockstar. But as far as foods, it usually only happens when I travel. I see my family a lot in New Jersey, and they have a Wawa, and their Wawas are nice, and they have a lot of good breakfast sandwiches. And if I were to treat myself to a fast food type of thing, I do like breakfast sandwiches. I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, breakfast sandwiches are champion. Austin knows that because what he forgets to tell people is that usually with his donuts and Mountain Dew, he usually has like a sausage roller.
Oh yeah. You get a sausage roll.
Just the sausage biscuit is incredibly underrated. I mean, they're good no matter where you go.
Yeah, y'all really need to stop hating on LeRon with the McDonald's love. I listened to that
McDonald's.
I'm disappointed.
I don't even know what that was all about that Sunday night when I said that. God damn.
How can you hate on the $1 sausage biscuits and the fries? How can you hate on that?
And the Egg McMuffins? Oh my God.
Have you? I was gonna say I can have my say now. Like I think I never eat McDonald's like their main stuff, but I do love their breakfast and I love their soft serve.
Yeah.
Yeah, the soft serve is really good.
Wait, it actually works?
Sometimes.
Isn't there an app now that tells you which McDonald's ice cream machine is working?
There is.
No way.
McDonald's tried to sue them. I think I read that on somewhere, but I think McDonald's tried to sue them.
Skeleton Jacked in the chat. Yes, the chicken McGriddles are incredibly underrated at McDonald's too. I mean, those are really, really good.
I have yet to have one, but
dude,
I have a funny feeling because I love chicken and waffles, so I have a funny feeling I'm going to enjoy this if I have one.
It has just a little bit more pepper than normal, so like it has a little bit of heat there. Oh, dude.
I have a business meeting to go to in the morning, so I'll probably stroll up in there with a freaking chicken McGriddle in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. Wait. Has everybody else gone? Yeah.
No, Austin.
Austin has not gone. Okay.
Yeah, I have not. So like Logan said, we have Quick Trips, Oklahoma's gift to the world. Way better than our Sonic gift to the world. Quick Trip is awesome. It's got one of the best gas station pizzas, but I think it's actually the third best gas station pizza.
Casey's is number one. It's not even close.
I personally like Hunt Brothers more, but then yes, Casey's is better than Quick Trip in my opinion. Yeah. But they also have they got pulled pork like burritos and brisket burritos, and they don't put any sauce on it, and they don't need it. It's really good. They got burgers. Now, here's the thing, Logan. Quick Trip's donuts suck.
Oh, they're
I'm
awful.
not gonna lie.
No,
their
they are
donuts are
absolutely awful. They are absolutely horrifically awful. But you know how like there's some things that are bad that you just enjoy for some dumb reason?
Quick Trip's donuts are like, you know, when you find out how they make the donuts look on TV, put like makeup on it. These are what these donuts actually taste like. And
there's
look
nothing
like.
drier in the world than a glazed donut. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
okay. We're talking.
Look amazing, but when you take a bite, you're like eating cardboard. It's terrible. It's
I'm gonna say it right now. Like Wawa has the best donuts.
See, I was about to ask you all because you live in the Northeast. You got Wawas and 7-Elevens. Is that what you all have down there, up there?
Wait, you mean like donuts in general?
We have Wawas in New Jersey, but not in Massachusetts. But we have 7-Elevens too.
You have 7-Elevens. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we have one 7-Eleven in Oklahoma. It's like 2 hours away from me. Like, it's not a thing here. And then Wawa, I've never even seen one in person. So I might see these when I go to Florida. Who knows? I'm hoping to see all these random things there.
Nelly just mentioned about Wawa, so I'm pretty sure it's down that way.
Okay. So yeah, I'll definitely go down. I'll definitely try some of these breakfast sandwiches at Wawa. I want to try Bojangles too. That's the other place that I really want to go there.
Oh God, Bojangles has like the best freaking bacon egg. Not bacon egg. Yeah, bacon egg and cheese biscuit.
Best. Really? They got good breakfast too.
I will hurt myself for freaking Bojangles bacon egg and cheese biscuit with a large side of Bo Rounds. Oh my God,
Bojangles is incredibly underrated.
I just never been there. That they're all on the east side, but so that's why I'm excited to go there because that's like the one chicken place that everyone talks about. I've never eaten at, and it sounds good because they said they put there's like a little more spiciness to it, and they actually season their chicken, and like that sounds great to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but on the topic of gas station eating, my favorite staple usually has to be like any of the gas station places, like typically like Wawa, like their sandwiches. Oh my God, their sandwiches are freaking amazing. I usually will dip in and out of a Wawa at least 3 times a week for a sandwich, and usually what I'll get is like the roast beef and cheddar sandwich. Man,
Classic staple.
Man, and Wawa has all these choices of like different spreads and stuff like that. So I usually get the Chipotle horseradish one, which when you say it out loud, it sounds like it's a freaking nightmare. But God, on that bread with like double cheddar, with double sliced cheddar and stuff like that. Oh my God, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Low key too. Like a 7-Eleven has decent wings. If you can get their wings fresh, oh dude.
It's funny you say that because last week a friend of mine came by. He was hanging out with a couple of my roommates and stuff. He came by, and he had a thing of 20 wings from 7-Eleven. They went out to eat for dinner, and I was kind of like skulking around the kitchen, and I ate his 20 wings from 7-Eleven.
All of them?
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You cannot leave wings around me, dude. I will eat all of them. All of them.
Oh, he had 10 of the buffalo and 10 of the honey barbecue. There's no way.
Gone. I forgot. Some of the best gas station food get is the chicken strips, but not at like name brand locations, like in like the most like ghetto gas stations with the chicken, or like they probably haven't cleaned the fryer in a week or two.
In like 2 months.
Yes, dude, that's
like when there's
you'll ever eat.
The
hot sauce that just says hot sauce. There's no brand. It just says hot sauce on it, and that stuff is the bomb. I love that stuff. When
they change out the grease is like right before the health board comes for
like,
the inspection.
I know a guy who I go to this. I used to go to this gas station all the time when I worked in more in the city, and he would see me so long, and I was like, man, this chicken's so good. He's like, dude, like we put bacon, like just drop bacon in it, and that's where the bacon grease comes into the chicken. I was like, man, don't stop whatever you're doing. I don't care whatever health code violations you're breaking. I ain't gonna tell a soul. I will be here.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I can't even think of that. But also, you know what? Gas station fried chicken is like the freaking bomb. We have a Royal Farms like less than 10 minutes away from my house and stuff, and it's freaking battle of wills for me not to say I'm gonna go get some of their fried chicken. It's right up on 17. And the sad part is, it's damn near right across the street from like a really good restaurant. But it's like, no, I'm gonna go to Royal Farms and get the fried chicken.
Let me ask you, Ron. Are you a gizzards man? Because I can't do it. I've tried. Every time someone gives me gizzard, I want to like it, and I can't do it. I can't do it.
There was a point in my life when I would say yes, but I've gotten to a point now where, in all seriousness, I don't really like to eat a lot of organ meat anymore. So I got to a certain age where it was like, once I find out what certain foods are, or what part of the animal this thing comes from, I typically lose my interest in eating it again anymore. And so I have family from not the deep South, not from Alabama and Louisiana and Mississippi. I have family in the South though, like South Carolina and Georgia and stuff and North Carolina and stuff like that. And so yeah, they eat that traditional Southern food. And I went home a couple of Christmases ago, and everybody's like, "Oh, you're all sedity now because you don't eat this stuff." And I'm like, do you guys pay attention to my Facebook, my Instagram? I work out too much. Like, I can't afford to eat this stuff right anymore. Yeah. Also, Skeleton Jack in the chat is like, gizzard's not good for you. Yeah, like gizzards is basically the organ that processes the stuff that they're not supposed to be eating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know.
I've had beef tongue ordered for.
Yeah, beef tongue's really good.
Yeah, it's really good. It's one of those organs that I will actually, tongue's a muscle, so I don't. So technically, it's meat, as far as I'm concerned. But I make an exception for that. But yeah, some of the more extravagant stuff, like brains and testicles and penises and and anuses and stuff. No.
I see a theme here.
All right, back to the gas station food though. I've already said I will run in and out of Wawa at least 3 times a week for one of their sandwiches. How often do you guys hit up a convenience store for a meal, for a full-fledged meal?
For full-fledged, like once every 2 or 3 weeks, maybe.
Well, my buddy in the back. My buddy in the back's like 4 times.
Now, I do have to ask Austin: does your Quick Trip have the tacos now?
Yes.
Tacos at a convenience store?
What do you think of these new tacos?
They're fine. They're not described. They're not a classic taco though. They're very much just. It's meat and cheese in a tortilla.
You get
so basically glorified Taco Bell.
Not even that,
but it is good.
He said not even that.
It's better than Taco Bell. I'll say
it's
that.
more
better than Taco Bell.
Yeah.
But
I'm not a huge fan of Taco Bell either.
I looked this place up, and there's none close to Virginia, so I'm a little upset about that.
Yeah, you got to come west of the Mississippi.
Yeah. Also, Skeleton Jack, I'm on world level 8 on Outriders. That's the highest I've gotten unlocked. Okay. And I'm playing by myself, so I don't know how much longer I can do it, but I'm committed to staying on the highest world level that I can.
Logan, Stephanie, how often do you guys I think Stephanie, you kind of already gave us a hint. Like, you don't really like hit him up too much, right?
Yeah, it's partially of how I was raised. And two, I have holes in my stomach. It's all those years working at a retail pharmacy pounding energy drinks. I just have ulcers now, and I got to be really careful about where I go get my food, which, sucked because I used to, hit up Cumberland Farms or a Dunkin' Donuts that was inside a gas station and get, my food. And I would treat myself on Sundays usually, but nowadays it's only when I travel. But that brings good memories. Like, I associate travel with hitting up gas station food. So
yeah. I think everybody has that guilty pleasure because I mean, like I typically, if I don't, here we go again. If I don't hit a McDonald's drive-through on like my long road trips, I usually hit up a gas station that actually has like a full-fledged like dinner station. That's kind of my thing.
Stephanie, I have to ask. So, when you go to the gas stations now, do you usually get are you a candy person? Are you a chips person? Do you like
I still go straight for the energy drinks. I'm a glutton for punishment.
That's the first thing I get to.
Yeah. First thing, again, my Rockstar. It used to be Red Bull, now it's Rockstar. But after that, I usually get myself either Doritos or Cheetos. So if I'm on a road trip and I want to treat myself, I'll go with something cheesy.
Gotcha. Yeah. Good choice.
All right, and so Logan, you didn't say how often you hit up.
I go to Church Up probably 4 or 5 times a week, but it's usually go in, grab a bag of Cheez-Its and a Raise Energy, because I use with the Raise as my pre-workout on the days I'm doing a big workout. So otherwise, it's just Cheez-Its. Now, I mean, as far as meals, maybe once a month, if I'm desperate, like if I forgot to bring a lunch or Chipotle's got a line through the door, I just...
Oh, Cheez-Its. Good choice, though. I forgot to mention how awesome Cheez-Its are.
Bang energy drink is my jam, Skeleton Jack.
Bang? No, I don't think I've tried Bang.
You gotta do Raise. Raise is where it's at.
I can't find any of those. I have not seen any.
Dude, I will send you a case.
Okay, yeah, please do. I would love to try it.
I'll send you a flavor pack.
If you like do you like coconut, Ron?
Yes.
You like the peanut colada beans? The Phantom Freeze Rays are really good.
Phantom Freeze are really good.
You said Phantom Freeze. Can you send me some of that, Logan?
Send you some of that. Do you like Baja Blast Mountain Dew?
I do.
We got Baja Lime. Yeah. We've got South Beach, which is my favorite. And then Voodoo is really good, too. Voodoo tastes straight up like Live Wire Mountain Dew. And 0 calories, 0 sugar. But it's a time release caffeine. So, you don't get a crash.
Well, caffeine doesn't affect me the way it seems to affect everybody else. So I think I'll be good.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll send you a case.
All right, sweet. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
I don't hit up the gas station as much as I used to. I used to hit it up almost every day to get an energy drink or something else, but now I buy them at Walmart in bulk, and I don't go to the gas station unless I need gas. And every time I do go, which is maybe once a week or so, I usually end up getting an energy drink and Cheetos, and I know that if I would do it every day if I still did it. I could do it every day. Plus, staying away from the gluten now, it makes it easier to avoid all in total.
We are breaking that when you come to Kansas City in 2 months.
Oh God!
When I'm going to Florida, I'm going to Bojangles. I'm messing up my stomach basically, but I pick my battles.
Okay, Austin. What I really appreciate about the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit at Bojangles is they don't skimp on the freaking egg. And they don't really skimp on the bacon either. There's been some times when I've actually ordered a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit from Bojangles, and it's almost like a 1-to-1 ratio of egg and bacon. It's almost like a...
So there's more than just one skinny piece of bacon,
Yeah, it's not like one piece of bacon that they break 3 times and put on your sandwich.
That they microwaved.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nah, Bojangles knows how to do it.
Sweet. Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and round this out real quickly. Most obscure food you've seen at a gas station. I'm going to go first. I'm going to say Chinese food. Yes. In Virginia Beach, there is actually a spot where
I don't know what this is.
You roll You roll into it, and you can already smell the sweet and sour sauce for the sweet and sour chicken. Like it's a thing.
Wow.
How bad is the aftermath of?
Yeah, how long do you spend in the bathroom?
Oh, you know what? I don't want to say for the people who actually listen out in Virginia, I don't want them to get any ideas. Like, you need to go try the food. That's about all I'm going to say about it. Oh, God. Who wants to go next? Most obscure food you've seen at a gas station?
I'll quickly speak up just because I know I don't have one. I know I've only seen your standard stuff, so bam.
Full-fledged 12-ounce sirloin steak.
At a gas station?
At a gas station. This is
How?
out. This is in Rockport, Missouri, which is about 10 minutes away from the Iowa border.
Wait. This is a gas station, not a truck stop, right?
This is a gas station, not a truck stop. It's right next to a McDonald's. And yeah, they have a 12-ounce sirloin steak. Like they have like the little like kind of kitchenette area that like Quick Trip does. And yeah, they put it in like the steamer almost. And like 2 minutes later, you get your steak. It's like you only get the choice between medium and well done. Like they don't give you the rare option.
Oh, of course, because they're gonna food poison somebody.
Yeah,
man, can you imagine?
They let you do medium.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine you are running that gas station and then they open a freaking McDonald's like next door or across the street from you, and you're like, man, what are we gonna do to like make sure people come back here? And so you start serving steak.
Like
I'm
it's
concerned.
a cute gas station. I mean, it's really cute little country style. I mean, they make some great biscuits and gravy at that one. I've had to have that a few times on the road. But yeah.
Oh boy.
Whew. Sure, it wasn't a Salisbury steak. Are you sure it wasn't like one of those Hungry Man frozen
cube steak or something?
The terrible thing is like it's like $15 too. Like,
so they don't even make any bones about it. They're like, we're serving you a pretentious ass steak.
Yeah, you don't even get like you get a roll and I think green beans.
Oh.
Bro,
pass.
Oh gosh.
All right, Austin, you got the last word on this.
I don't know, maybe the weirdest thing I've seen. I mean, this is kind of a southern thing, but you got kangaroo jerky and armadillo jerky, and
I've seen
ostrich jerky.
I've seen the armadillo stuff in Texas. I grew up in Texas. I've seen the armadillo stuff.
Kind of weird. Be the weirdest thing, but I've never seen Chinese food in a gas station. I've never seen a 12-ounce sirloin.
Oh, and actually seen alligator too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Alligator's
alligator jerky's great.
Yeah.
I mean, they all taste the same to me. I've tried. Everyone's like, "Oh, let's eat some ostrich." I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's just beef because it tastes exactly the same. It just tastes the same.
It's like you can't convince me that like places that serve frog legs. You can't convince me that it's not chicken. You can't.
Man, frog legs go hard, man.
They do. They
go hard.
They do.
I love frog legs. I'm not gonna lie, but they're too expensive. That's the only thing. Even if it is chicken, they're charging you $6 extra for it. So I'll just take the chicken.
Yeah. Well, there you have it, guys. PlayStation tonight, Gas Station Gastronomy. So hit us up over on Twitter at @PS_Crossroads. Let us know about your favorite staple of gas station food, how often you may go there, and what's some of the most obscure stuff you've seen there. All right, let's go ahead and break into these news topics tonight. How about that? Like we got a few things to talk about before we get to our big topic. First up on the list is Sly Cooper and MediEvil Funko Pops have been announced. As a matter of fact, pre-orders are live for those right now, actually. Are you ready to add a couple more collectibles to your shelf? Because PlayStation icon Sly Cooper from Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus and Sir Daniel Fortesque from MediEvil are getting Funko Pops treatment. and they're coming soon to an EB Games and GameStop near you. I can't believe I'm even promoting those stores right now, but you know,
But here you are.
Your two favorite stores.
strange times that we live in. Yeah. Well, no, I still got some friends that still either work at a GameStop or run a GameStop and stuff like that. So you know, like I try to send traffic their way. Like my traffic's not going their way, but I try to send traffic their way. All right, the Pops are set to release on June the 11th. Hey, Ratchet and Clank Day.
Hey.
And are priced at $12.99. Pre-orders are live right now at GameStop and EB Games sites, and so check that out. And question for you guys tonight: have you seen them? Because I wrote an article about it. Shameless plug.
Now, I wonder, so I did see these, Ron, I did read your article, but I wanted to say that I think this might have to do with that Ratchet and Clank trailer that came out, where we're seeing Sly Cooper, we're seeing Sunset Overdrive,
right?
We're seeing Horizon involved. I'm sure we'll see MediEvil stuff. So I'm wondering if this might be a hint at some things to come, hopefully, especially for Sly Cooper.
Hey, this is the year.
I couldn't care less about
this might be the year of the PlayStation.
Yeah, might be.
Which Funko Pops have you ready to make a purchase? If you're going that route,
it's a Sly Cooper one. If I was gonna get one,
yeah, I don't collect
I'm really
those.
Trying not to buy anymore.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get on the Funko Pop train because like whenever I move to my next place, I'm actually going to stop streaming from my bedroom and I'm actually going to have like an actual stream room and stuff. So I need to have like a wall of swag. Like you see the Luscious Brody's collection of Funko Pops, right?
Oh yeah.
Brody has never seen sunlight, man. I mean, like that room is just packed to the walls, man. It's awesome. It's my dream. It's my dream setup.
He's got those movie theater freaking lounge chairs in his room.
Brody is a boss, man. Like
that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. We
Shout
love
out
you
to the OG.
Yeah, we love you there, Brody and Dignity Podcast. We love you guys. Okay,
so Ron, like, how can we have these funny jokes if you're going to move out of your bedroom to stream?
Hey, you gotta find something. You gotta find something else to zero in on. I guarantee you there'll be an opening for something. Let's put it that way.
Have like a
he'll still have his OnlyFans.
We'll have like a foot pick collage in the background.
Yes.
It'll be a bunch of pictures of people's feet being made into one big foot.
Here's what we do. Remember that foot that they have in Inspector Gadget when they were trying to like test the foot to see if it. We just get him a model of that, and that way he can have that.
Perfect, along with other collectibles. Yeah.
I'm not the one with the foot thing at Boss Rush Games. Remember, I'm not the one with that. That's somebody else.
I don't remember who it was, but I'm gonna choose to remember.
I believe it was Corey, wasn't it?
Yeah, the host. Yeah, the regular host of the Boss Rush podcast.
Makes sense, man. I mean, Cleveland fans, dude. Let me tell you something.
Okay, this is how we do it, Boss Rush Games.
I didn't say anything. Corey sends my checks. I'm not gonna say anything. So.
He's already threatened to fire me like 3 times this week. It's cool.
Well, Austin, once I get monetized, I'll start signing your checks. How about that?
Austin, at this point, I probably owe you money. You'll never see
it. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to our next topic here. Sony's first true test on esports is set as the Evo Championship Series comes back. Yes, you guys heard it. If you guys love fighting games, if you're an avid participant in the fighting games community, this one's for you. The Evolution Championship Series. I just said Evolution like I'm from freaking the UK or something. The Evolution Championship Series, better known as EVO, has returned with the announcement of EVO 2021 Online. With offerings of cash prizes of up to $75,000, competitors can register now for the event, which kicks off on August the 6th. This year marks the first time that the Evolution Championship Series is going to be run by its new ownership and management. Sony, and RTS. Alongside the announcement of EVO 2021 Online, Sony has also revealed the tie-in EVO Community Series PlayStation 4 tournaments, which will feature an extended selection of fighting game events in July, including popular game titles Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Grand Blue Fantasy. I was about to get tongue-tied there. Skullgirls Second Con. I did get tongue-tied. Jeez, I couldn't make it. Skullgirls Second Encore, Soul Calibur 6, and a few other titles. The 4 banner titles for this year's EVO include Street Fighter V Championship Edition, Tekken 7, Guilty Gear Strive, and Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. Just as a quick refresher, Sony acquired the largest fighting game major in March, this past March, after the ousting of former organizer Joey, Mr. Wizard Suler? I think that's how you pronounce the last name. I think so. But he was ousted due to public allegations of sexual misconduct in 2020. You can go Google it online. You'll find a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not going to bring a lot of news. I'm not going to bring a lot of light to that news. Like, it's deplorable. Let's put it that way. But yes. Logan, I know you are on the esports side, but I don't know if you're actually like big into the fighting game stuff. How are you?
So I mean, traditionally I watch Rocket League and OVL, but I was talking with one of my friends who is a huge esports nerd. It was a little surprising to see that we are doing Guilty Gear this season for this. Like Tekken 7, that was going to be a given. Mortal Kombat is always a good one to go with, and then what was the other one? Street Fighter. Yeah, I mean you have to. Guilty Gear is a little bit of a stretch, but I'm really curious to see what kind of ratings this does, because esports took a little bit of a dip in some of the more popular areas last year. I mean, OVL didn't do great numbers. Part of that is due to COVID and all that stuff. So. Everything else is kind of like seen a spike in ratings across just sports in general. MLB's having the best rating season it's had the last decade this year. The NFL set a new record. NBA set new records. It's curious to see how much esports grows this year. This is a great start, though. I mean, that is a phenomenal lineup for a season.
Yeah, and like I said, like this is going to be Sony's first true test, given that this is the first one that is under their belt, technically. I mean, even though Sony has kind of had their hands in this before, like overseas with like Gran Turismo actually has a showing at some esports events and stuff like that, and it's going to be interesting as far as like evolution itself goes. I think the series is going to be fine, but this is going to be a real this could score huge in Sony's favor, and Sony's been making different types of moves compared to Microsoft with what's going on and how they're acquiring like different pieces of the gaming pie and stuff like that. So this could be a big deal.
I mean, go ahead, sorry.
Oh no, just real quick, because didn't Sony file a patent with regard to esports betting or something like that?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
So I just, my mind went straight to that little bit of news. That's all.
Yep. All right. Next topic. God of War Ragnarok gets pushed to 2022, and fans start lashing out. Hey, Logan, your article's on the spotlight for this one.
Hey, man.
Yeah. All right. So, Santa Monica Studios announced today not today, but Santa Monica Studios announced recently via Twitter that they will be moving the release window for the next God of War to 2022. The news comes before an E3 full of questions and mysteries. Well, I guess we can't say E3, we can say Summer Game Fest. As the world wonders what games are ready to ship and what games are going to take a little bit more time to make perfect. Last year, Santa Monica teased the initial trailer for God of War, which is titled Ragnarok back then, in a short video that really didn't give much regarding the final design of the sequel to the 2018 God of War title. Explaining the decision to delay the game on Wednesday, developer Sony Santa Monica Studio, just bear with me tonight. I'm just gonna be completely tongue twisted the rest of the night. Just bear with me. Sony Santa Monica Studios said, since the release of the next God of War teaser last year, we've been humbled by the amount of love our community has shown us. We're incredibly grateful to see so many people excited to experience the next chapter of Kratos and Atreus' journey. We remain focused on delivering a top quality game while maintaining the safety and well-being of our team. Creative families and partners. Wait, creative partners and families. There we go. With this in mind, we've made the decision to shift our release window to 2022. Now then, now that we've said all that, now there's another problem. Unfortunately. Because following the news, Santa Monica developer and writer Alana Pierce was targeted with violent online abuse, leading series director Cory Barlog to jump to the defense of his colleague and the wider development team. Barlog said people unhappy with the recent developments should target him and not the exceptional staff at the studio. In his words, Cory said, "You want to be mad at somebody for anything God of War related? The delay, the PS4, the PS5, the trolls, the subtitle size, Sigrun, whatever. Be angry with me. I made the calls. I did this. Don't bother the team. They are all very good people doing very great work, really great work." Barlog's addressing of the backlash led to a response from Phil Spencer, acknowledging Barlog's message. Spencer would say, "This is what leadership looks like. Well done." And I have to say too, well done, because we talk about this a lot on Crossroads. We talk about the fact that, like, people become, this isn't even an instance of someone being a keyboard warrior. This is just someone being a keyboard asshole. And that's really what I'm going to say about this. And also, this goes back to the whole misogyny thing I talked about last week. You're attacking a woman, because let's get this right. This is Alana Pierce is not the first woman who's been attacked on. Jade Raymond's been attacked about stuff before. Amy Hennick's been attacked about stuff before that goes along with games and stuff. You guys have, I say you guys, and I say that loosely because I know it's not always men that are doing this. You guys have to stop this bullshit, though. Like, stop threatening people when your game doesn't come out on time. Logan, Logan, you were on Sunday? Yeah, you were on Sunday with me. Remember what I said? If you guys have a problem, if you guys have a problem with release schedules and stuff, put your money up. Develop your own damn game. Yeah. Give yourself a time window. Say your game is going to come out on this date. And guess what? Make sure your game goddamn comes out on that date. Because guess what? Us gamers, we're going to skewer you when something's wrong. Because guess what? It's the same crap you do to developers. So you know what? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. You guys want to talk about it?
Oh man, that just like gets underneath my skin in so many levels. And just like you said, LeRon, do they really understand like how long it would take to create a game, and not only create a game but a great game? Because heaven forbid you release it too soon, it's full of bugs or really awful, you'll get killed that way too. And I kind of almost feel like a lot of, and again, not all, because I know better than generalize, like a lot of gamers feel entitled in that sense that they want their games, they want it now, and these developers are trying to straddle the balance between satisfying your gamers by getting the content out, as soon as possible, but also try not to sacrifice quality. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. And yeah, I agree with you with misogyny thing. I mean, they're just cruel to all developers, but I also kind of feel like if they want to target women, it's because not only they're hiding behind a screen, but I don't know. I'm not going to get into that rant there, but I just feel like they're easier targets to them.
Exactly. Cut the cowardly shit, guys. And you know what? I think everybody here on this panel can say, because we're all creators to an extent. Like Stephanie, you're right. I write too. Like shit. Like I could have had a book published a long time ago, but I just get in my own damn way.
Well, and I think too, developers are going to be more cautious with this set of games coming for the next generation of consoles. With the disaster that Cyberpunk put up, nobody wants to have that reputation, especially with a studio like Santa Monica, where it's like, okay, they just renewed their reputation with the audience with a phenomenal God of War. If Barlog wants to take his time on Ragnarok, by all intents and purposes, do it.
Yep.
Do it.
Yeah.
you can't rush games like this, and especially with the year of COVID, where this team hasn't been in the same building for over a year together. I mean, there are things that just are difficult to do when you're not in person.
See, that's the other problem too. We don't understand like the scope of what they have to deal with. Are they working on their computer stations remotely at the office? Because like, I mean, does Sony trust these people taking home assets? You know, in an unsecure environment that might get stolen. Like, God, cyber attacks and cyber hacking is a thing. You know, like CD Projekt Red just had another embarrassment. You know, behind their cyber attack. I wrote an article about how Resident Evil is getting sued. Capcom's getting sued for a bunch of stuff in Resident Evil, and that all came out because of the cyber attack. And like information came out, and we found that the assets weren't like up on level like they were supposed to. So now they're getting hit with copyright infringement and stuff like that. At the end of the day, if you're not a developer, or you're not a writer, or you're not a content creator, or you're not this, or you're not that, you're not an artist or any of that stuff, you don't know what actually truly goes on in the workplace and the environment that people do this stuff. It's not always about oh, this company just demanded all their employees do like 70,000 hours of crunch. No, it's not always about that. You know, sometimes like their environment is a situation that they cannot control, and I'm not talking about hostile work environments. I'm just talking about like hell, like we came out. We're still in COVID. I was about to say we came out of COVID. We're still in COVID. A lot of people still can't go back to work. Hell, there's some people that are no longer able to work because of COVID and stuff like that. So, you know, if the worst thing that happens is your video game gets delayed by 6 months, shut the hell up.
Yeah. You gotta be more. You gotta be better to each other. I mean, like, look, it's a reflection of yourself. I mean, think about it like that: is people are gonna assume, hey, something's going on in their life that they're this insecure that they have to lash out to other people. I mean, that's just not the world anybody wants to be in.
Exactly. Stop being small people.
Yeah.
Stop. You know, and here's my thing. Because CD Projekt Red took it seriously. They started IP tracing people that were issuing death threats because Cyberpunk got delayed by 2 additional weeks. They started IP tracing people and saying, "Hey, we're going to get Interpol involved on you guys."
Good. Glad they are.
That shit shut up fast. Let me tell you that. And I feel like more companies need to do it, especially domestic companies. You know, I'm not gonna really get political about this, but you know, like we just saw a whole bunch of bullshit happen in our nation's capital on January the 6th. We need to start taking stuff like this seriously.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll climb down off of my soapbox now because we want to continue talking about video games. But you know what? Excellent job, Corey.
Stop being dicks on the internet. That's the key.
Yeah.
Stop.
Go work on your backlog while you wait for these games.
Yeah.
Right. You know, shit. You don't want to see my backlog of games. So I know. Like everyone has this crazy ass backlog of games. Like instead of bitching about the game that's not coming out that you feel like you may want, like just go play your old games. Shit, I guarantee you some of you assholes haven't even beat Super Metroid. Play that.
Shout out to Corey Barlog too. I like what he said. More people need to come out and do that.
That's the other thing too. Like Phil Spencer said from Xbox, you know, like that's what leadership looks like. And you know what? There's the other thing too. Like if you as the leader, the director, whatever, project manager, whatever, if you can't stand up for your people when your people absolutely need you, then you know what? I probably don't want to buy your product.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yeah, it means a lot for you know a big company like that because you know. It says a lot about leadership, and I've worked for a company where I know the CEO, where the head would just totally disappear if something got messed up. So I just give that guy a lot of credit.
Oh yeah, for real. But you know what? Let's go ahead and move on because like I will stay on this all night. I become a social justice warrior about stuff like this. You know, like here's the thing about it. You know, like sometimes it's not so much that people can't defend themselves. Sometimes people are unable to defend themselves because, like, people that work for like companies like Sony and stuff, you know, like how like we jokingly put on our Twitter like our words are representative of ourselves and not representative of the companies we work for. These people can't always turn around and fight back when someone says some really, you know, like sideways shit to them and stuff like that.
Yep.
And you know, because ultimately what happens is, even though it may be considered self-defense, like the company can be like, hey, you're damaging our brand by doing that.
Yep.
Yeah, and stuff like that. So you know, guess what? Guys like us on Crossroads, we will talk shit to you all day long when you start doing douchebaggery stuff. Okay, I'm done. All right. Okay. Well, real quickly here, hey, Logan. I know you have to go. Sorry, we like kind of like ran into your time and everything.
No worries, man.
Give us a quick shout. And plug yourself and.
Yeah. Hey, check out all the cool stuff we're doing over at Box Rush Entertainment. Where we get a new episode of Land Party posted tomorrow, and then Trash Talk on Friday, and then Q-List Time About Your Mother on Mondays. Yep.
All right, dude. You take care. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Let's talk to you next time. All right, but hold on. We still got more show going on here. All right, so.
Oh, did he freeze?
I like how Logan. Yeah. I like how Logan dropped off and I got disconnected.
I know. Like,
I was gonna say, I was very confused. I was like, did I get disconnected or did LeRon get disconnected?
No, Like Logan left the call and I got disconnected. I'm glad I caught it, because remember the last time this happened, like I spoke for like an extra 2 minutes before I caught it.
It's because all those High School Musical fans that were on here for Logan logged off as well.
I know they killed my bandwidth.
Yeah.
All right, and real quickly before we get back to the news topics, hey, Zoomy 2009, welcome. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. All right, back to the news. All right. Horizon Forbidden West director claims the PS4 version hasn't held back the game. Here's another game that, you know, just recently got hit with an announcement that it was being delayed. Guerrilla Games announced the Horizon Forbidden West for PS5. Wait, they announced Forbidden West for PS5 in June 2020 before confirming a PS4 version last September. Horizon Forbidden West director Mathish De Jong, I'm glad I got that right. Because that's a really cool name with a really cool spelling, but it's got an interesting pronunciation, so I'm glad I got it right. Mathish De Jong claims the game hasn't been held back by the weaker of the two target platforms, being the PlayStation 4. What he said is, I don't think the cross-generation development was limiting in any way. When we started with the concept of this game, we had so many great ideas that ended up being included to the point that we didn't really think about hardware limitations or anything. We just wanted to design a really nice, unique experience for the player. An awesome adventure. That's how we also brainstormed all the quests and events the player is going to go through. I think that the big delta between these two consoles, apart from the 3D audio, quick loading, and DualSense, of course, is the graphical side of things. On the PlayStation 5, we can add so much more detail graphically. We can see the tiny hairs on Aloy's face, for example. I really wish he didn't bring that up, but whatever. You know, just pay attention to last week's episode of Crossroads, and you'll understand why I say that. You can also see a ton of detail from far away. A lot of development has taken place on the PS4. Now, remember, we said that we felt like this game should have came out on PS4, but the fact that it got announced for PS5 was a shocker to us, and it was a welcome surprise, though. And a lot of play testing is also done on PS4. So, we're ensuring that owners of that console have a great experience, and the game will look fantastic on that console. This is all part of a Game Informer interview that De Jong had that was published last week. So, thank you to the Game Informer for that. For the PlayStation 5, we can go much further, of course. Visually, we can add a lot more detail. Graphically, the rendering technique for underwater scenes is special on PS5. It has extra details and extra systems, like the wave technique is better on the system as well. Like if you guys watched the State of Play, that was all on PS5 hardware, and you know what? Water effects in that game look amazing. So, How long do you guys think before like they'll start getting death threats?
Well, they already are, just from how Aloy looks. So I mean,
yeah, it's already
at this
happened.
point.
Yeah, they're just gonna add it to their list of complaints.
At this point, are you even on the internet if you haven't got a death threat? Like at this point, like, it's just.
Well, I haven't gotten a death threat yet. I sure did. I sure have been hit with some homophobic slurs, but you know what? That's all right because I'm a big boy. You know what? If you guys and I will always invite you to have a conversation with me at Exodus 803 on social media if you feel like you really want to talk about it. Oh boy. You know what? I'll be honest with you about this topic. I'm not really surprised that that Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to PS4. It was a little bit of a shocker to me that it was coming to PS4 because I thought the way they framed it initially, it looked like it was going to be an exclusive to PS5, which would have been great. It would have gave a nice boost to the PlayStation 5, but at the same time, I'm a sensible person here. You know, COVID's happening right now. It's hard to get PS5 systems the way people want them to. So if the PS4 is still a viable ecosystem for Sony to still, you know, like release games on and, you know, generate revenue, why get mad at them for doing that? I mean, you know, like a regular business owner wouldn't just cut off their own leg, you know, just to handle a new platform, would they? I mean, it sounds crazy, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, Stephanie. Go ahead.
Oh no, I wasn't going to say anything. I was just agreeing.
Oh, yeah. I just at this point, until we have PS5s in the store available for people to buy, of course they're gonna put it on PS4 if they can. Why would they live in their market like that? I just people. The same people that are complaining about this also complain that they don't want to see PS5 games on PC, and you're totally talking yourself out of Sony getting more money, which, by the way, that's how you get the games you love. So stop fighting their business practices.
I was just about to say that if you don't want these companies to get more, if you don't want these companies to be able to make more games, start cutting off their revenue stream, and they'll stop making games. They will stop making games. Shit, that's the reason why Sega is no longer in the hardware business.
Well, I mean, when you go that hard for Sonic, I mean, it's.
That's another.
Sorry to all the Sonic fans, but
that's another. Well, no. Not sorry to the Sonic fans because the Sonic fans are releasing awesome Sonic games. Not sorry to those guys. All right. Here's our final news topic. We can actually go through this one pretty quickly, but it's a good one, and I don't want to skip it. The Concrete Genie developer is making a new PS5 game using the Unreal Engine 5. All right, so Pixel Opus, the developer responsible for Concrete Genie, is currently hiring staff to work on a PlayStation 5 game powered by the Unreal Engine 5, and is working with the studio responsible for the hit movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Yes. The Pixel Opus Twitter account tweeted that it was hiring for an exciting new PS5 title that the studio is currently hard at work on. The new job listing specifically mentioned that the studio will be working with the Unreal Engine 5, which is currently seeing some impressive tech demos and gone into early access. You know, it's funny. Like, I guarantee you, like, some certain people from the Nintendo Power Block side are probably going to have something to say about this because there's some people who are just, like, naysayers about, like, the Unreal Engine 5 right now. I don't understand why, but, you know, like, when you say words like tech demos and stuff, people already have, like, their own opinions about it and things like that. Back to the article, though. Pixel Opus has been hiring for a PS5 game since October of 2020, and it seems production continues to ramp up on this. So, Concrete Genie it's an amazing game. Hopefully you got it a couple of months ago when it was a free title for PS5. Like, I mean, for PlayStation Plus. Hopefully you guys got it. Did you, Stephanie, or Austin have anything to add to this? I'm not sure. Like I said, it's going to be a quick one, so, you know, if we don't have anything to say about it, we can just move on.
Go ahead.
Steph, I just finished Concrete Genie, and I liked it. It was okay, but I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I do think Pixel Opus is cool because they get a lot of like out of school students, like developers straight out of school to get like more young minds opinions on games. They work with a small team. Most of the people on that game this was their first game, so I do like that aspect of that team, and the fact that they're working with the team that made Into the Spider-Verse, that sounds awesome. I can't wait to see what kind of new stuff they come up with.
Yeah,
that's cool. I didn't know about that. I'm very excited to see what'll come from that.
Yeah, I didn't know about it either until I didn't know, because the Into the Spider-Verse team, they just got through doing the Mitchells versus the Machines, the movie on Netflix, and that was amazing. And it was two different art styles. That's crazy, because like Into the Spider-Verse had his own art style, and like the Mitchells versus Machines, like if you didn't see some of the if you didn't recognize some of the nuances, you wouldn't have thought that it was the same team.
Huh.
Yeah, the Mitchells versus Machine, good movie.
I didn't see that movie.
Yeah.
I see it on Netflix all the time, but I've never watched it.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on my list.
It's great. It's great. It's a good watch if you have nothing to do on the weekend. All right, so there you have it. To get the scoop on all of tonight's topics, links have been provided in our Twitch stream chat. Go check them out, and then continue the conversation with us on our Twitter page at PS_Crossroads, or come to the Crossroads section on the Discord for Boss Rush Games. All right, we have a question from the audience. Let's see if we can get through this like super fast, because it's a good one, and it comes from Eddie V from Nintendo Power Block. He asks, do you think dreams should be taught in school for people to learn level creations and game design? I think that's a wonderful question, and normally we don't usually allow questions from fellow Boss Rush members, because we try to get the audience their say or stuff. But this was a good question. So, what do you guys think? I've seen some impressive stuff on Dreams, and Dreams is actually, I want to say Dreams. They just wrapped up an award show around developed content for that. I needed to see the results of it, because I haven't heard too much about it. But Dreams is a big deal right now.
I would absolutely love to see that being taught in schools. I mean, we're looking at a new generation, new set of technologies. When I was growing up in school, it was the big thing to start teaching kids how to type without looking at the keyboard and Mavis Beacon and all that stuff. So like that's pretty archaic, right? But learning how to code, even at the most basic level, is pretty big. Like I walk into Barnes and Nobles and I find little books and activity kits to get young kids into coding. So to offer, something like Dreams at school, maybe as an elective, as part of like the more science and mathematics arm, like I just think that's only a plus,
I agree. I think it's always cool, just because this is not only just for video games, but this is just for other jobs in the future. This is, if you're not getting with technology, you're going to be a little bit behind. Unfortunately, just the way that the work industry is going. So, I think so. I don't know if Dreams is the best option for kids to learn. I think Dreams is very niche option. I think it's a cool idea to get people interested that didn't know that they could do stuff like this. But I would have to, from what I've heard that other engines are easier to use, and so maybe Dreams wouldn't be the best case scenario. But Dreams is something that you're not looking at a computer, you're holding the controller, and I think that might get kids' attention a little bit more. And once they say, hey, I actually like this, well, here's a way to make really, this is what, you could get them the Unreal Engine and say, this is what, Gears of War is made on, and all this stuff. So, all that stuff. So,
yep. All right. Well, there you have it. If you want your question read on the show, tweet us at PS_Crossroads, or email us at crossroadspspod@gmail.com. Once again, that's crossroadspspod@gmail.com. The email address has been provided to you in the Twitch chat, so don't you fret about that. Zumi has this comment about Dreams as a game. Not to mention getting standardized and approved curriculum. Yes, as a matter of fact, anything in tech, basically is like a hot topic for schools to deal with and everything. So, yep. So definitely. Okay, so before we get into the big topic, we have a reminder for you guys. And that reminder is that Crossroads is giving away a copy of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart this week. As a matter of fact, this is we're in the last few days.
Exciting.
We're in the last few days before the game comes out. The game comes out this Friday, the same day as kickoff day for E3. Yes.
It's dry.
So, here's how this is going. This is the last call. This is the official last call before the launch of Insomniac's next title for the long-running Ratchet & Clank series. In case you missed it, the Crossroads team is spreading some love to one lucky member of the community and giving away a free digital copy of Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart on launch day. How do you enter? Well, I just put a tweet up in the Twitch chat, so you might want to check that out. But basically what you do is head over to our Twitter page, follow and retweet the contest announcement, which is live right now, and then head over to any of our locations where you listen to our podcast show, which could be Spotify, Apple, whatever, and subscribe, and then send us a screenshot of your subscription to the podcast. Send it to us in a in a DM. Just the screenshot in the DM, nothing else in the DM, please. Also, do me a favor, subscribe to Exodus803 on Twitch and or YouTube. Send a screenshot of that with proof in our DMs at PS_Crossroads. And today is June the 8th, and we made a promise in our last announcement that we will give you another opportunity for an additional entry. And guess what? You guys are going to like this. All you have to do is, in our DMs over at PS_Crossroads, all you have to do is tell us what your favorite game from Insomniac is or was. It's just that easy. Just name a game. We're not even gonna make you explain yourself. Just name a title. Make sure it's an Insomniac title though, because we will be checking. If you wind up giving us a Sucker Punch title, we're gonna know, and you're not gonna get an entry. So there you have it.
If you say Resistance 3, you get a bonus point.
Austin said that. I didn't say that. All right, so there you go. That is a total. If you do all of that, that's a total of 6 entries. Yeah, 6 entries. So, we will have the drawing on the launch day. So, June 11th. Check us out. We will make the official announcement on our Twitter page. So, there you have it. Ratchet & Clank, Rift Apart, the Crossroads contest. Good luck. All right, and now it's time for our big topic. And that big topic is E3 is coming, but Summer Game Fest 2021 is getting a day one head start. I feel like Jeff Keighley did that on purpose. I feel like he did.
Yeah, he just wanted to edge them out. He just kind of twist that knife a little bit.
Yeah, so here we go. Tonight, we're going to give you 5 of our predictions for the show, and it can be either E3, it can either be Summer Game Fest, or it can be a mixture of the two. I don't really care. This is a PlayStation show, and yeah, PlayStation is a partner for Summer Game Fest. But guess what? We're not gonna speak just on Sony tonight. You know, that would be unfair. There's developers out there that do stuff for Sony anyway, so that would be unfair to just limit it to Sony. So here we go. If you're following along right now in the Twitch chat, I put the links to both the E3 Expo as well as the Summer Game Fest, so you can check those out as we go along. And so E3 is back this year. Everyone's ready. The event for E3 is going to run from June 12th to June 15th and will be aired in a digital and completely free to the public format for everyone. But there's also Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest, which starts the day earlier on June the 10th and will run all the way through to July 22nd. So Jeff Keighley was not playing this year. We've already talked about which developers and publishers will be present. We'll be having a presence on both stages, but we haven't started talking about what we're expecting from the shows. So we're doing that tonight. So here's 5 predictions from everyone here for the 2 shows. We're gonna get started, and Stephanie, you're the guest, so you go first.
Oh, awesome. Thanks. Let me try to think about what I wrote. I have them written down, but not in any particular order. So maybe I'll just start with it's more of Activision, because Activision will be at Summer Game Fest, right?
Yes.
So my guess, and I try to do a little bit of research. I also like Spyro. I didn't play Spyro when I had my early gen, but I got the Reignited trilogy and I loved it. And I noticed that I swear there was like a little like inkling or hint in the art book for for Bandicoot, right? Crash Bandicoot.
Yes.
And I'm gonna guess that they're going to say something about a new Spyro. Probably not for a release this year, but at least a teaser. I think that would just be incredible because, the Reignited trilogy did well, and geez, Crash Bandicoot's kicking ass too. So I just feel like something's gonna come out from there.
Okay. All right. I like it.
I would love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. What's next? What's next? I like that. I like that though.
You gonna go next, Austin, or going?
I didn't really. I didn't.
Robin.
Yeah, let's do round robin. Okay. So go ahead and go next.
All right. I also got several on here, no particular order, but one that I want to see is we already know there's no Suicide Squad. We already know there's no Hogwarts Legacy this year, but I want a Gotham Knights release date. It's supposed to come out 2021. That was the original date. I'm hoping that we get it sometime this year. I know Zoomies in the chat. I know he's waiting for the same thing, so I really want to see a Gotham Knights release date. I would love one.
You try to have Zoomy do backflips off his desk right now, aren't you?
I mean, I am so ready. I love Nightwing. That's my favorite. That's my Dick Grayson's one of my favorite characters in the Batman universe. So I'm really excited to play a game where it seems like he might be kind of the leader, but not quite sure. I mean, it might be a hint of what we see with Suicide Squad, with it being 4 big main characters.
Okay, I can dig it. You know what? I'm going to revive one that I said Sunday night. I have a funny feeling that we're going to see something from Beyond Good and Evil 2 of an Ubisoft, but also in that same vein, we're still not going to get a release date or nothing like that. And the reason why I'm saying this is because like Ubisoft has already scaled back some of the stuff that they're apparently were supposed to be showing at E3 and Summer Game Fest. So I have a funny feeling that we're going to see Beyond Good and Evil 2 again. Like this has been the game that's like 15 years coming.
Mm-hmm. Long time.
But still,
I'm waiting for that game to be a racing game at this point. Beyond Good and Evil Racing, and then 5 years from now be Beyond Good and Evil, Dreams Edition, where you create your own Beyond Good and Evil game.
They're just gonna let the fans develop the game, basically.
Well, even at that trailer with Beyond Good and Evil, it was like, yeah, you can make your own world, like make your own graffiti. You can do the shared universe. It's like, so you want us to make the game, right? That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
You don't know what it's supposed to be.
All right, Stephanie, you're up again.
All right. I think Gearbox will showcase a brand new IP, but I think that's kind of
Ooh.
I had that one on my list as well. It should be soon. Yep.
Well, let's dive in on this one. Do you think it's going to be a brand new IP, or do you think it's just going to be a new title?
I'd like to take the risk and think it's a brand new IP, but I'd love to hear what you think, Austin.
Well, we know for sure that they're coming out with a brand new IP. They have said that they are making it. Whether they're going to do it this year or not is kind of the question, because we already heard of the Borderlands spinoff, which is going to be based around Tina, from what I've heard so far. So that might be their main focus. But I'd say let's show the spinoff, let's show the movie, and let's show the new IP. I mean, I think a people are Gearbox only published Godfall, so a lot of people thought that was the new IP. No, they're actually making a new IP as well. So that I think we will see it this year. I had that on my list, but I'm glad you said it so I can knock that one off and get to a different one.
Yeah, I feel like it's coming sooner or later. It's just whether or not it's this year or it might be released next year. But I'm hopeful.
Yeah. I love Gearbox as much as maybe the leader should be a little more like Cory Barlog.
All right.
Instead of himself.
Yeah.
Even with that, I love that. I love that studio. I love Borderlands. So, my big one, and this will be Austin Goes Bananas if it happens. Ken Levine tells us what the fuck he's doing. I want to know. Tell me anything. I want to know. Ken Levine, where's this game? What are you working on? Tell me. I'm begging for details. I would also like to see BioShock 4, but if Ken Levine was like, "Here's my new game," it would blow that out of the water for me. Even as much as I love BioShock, it would blow that out of the water. I just want to know what he's doing.
Man, like I miss Ken Levine. Like he's one of those people that actually he doesn't thrive to be in the spotlight and stuff like that. And I think that's one of the really cool things about him. Like he's really humble.
Yeah.
He's really humble, but the guy has like a big brain. I love it. Yeah. I'm with you on that one. Like Zumi says in the chat, he's a guy I'd like to have a beer with too. But yeah, I mean, every project that he's had, like I've been a fan of. So yeah, so I can't wait to see what he's got coming with, and hopefully he hasn't done like a stealth retirement or something, or something like that.
No. I can tell you from some inside information that I know that he is still working on a game. I don't know what, because that person that told me doesn't also know either. They're very secretive, but he does promise that they are working on something, and I'd love to see it. But this is also something I've predicted every year since BioShock Infinite. So, take that as you will.
I was going to say, are you hoping for that a BioShock within the next, I don't know, I probably won't be for a couple of years, right?
So I really thought that we might get it last year or this year, but recent reports have come out that said that that they kind of restarted or were barely scratching the surface on BioShock 4. They're building a new team around it. So it sounds like it's still quite a bit of ways. I'm actually kind of okay with that, though, because I would love for it to be a PS5, Xbox Series X from the ground up. It's going to be 5 years into the generation, so it's going to look the best. It's going to be at the top. It's going to be at the prime for the console generation. So I'm okay with waiting, and I really would be excited for BioShock 4. But with no Ken Levine, I am still excited for it. But like BioShock 2 was my least favorite, and that was because Ken Levine wasn't on it. I mean, that wasn't the only reason, but it definitely felt like something was missing for me. So. I'm excited to see what he does.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so my next prediction. I told myself I wasn't really going to mention this, but I did some research on it after Logan mentioned something on it, and I think there might be a little bit of weight on this. I think EA is probably going to announce a Dead Space trilogy remaster. I really think they are, and the reason why I'm saying that is because EA likes to play it safe, but also the developers, the original creators of Dead Space, Visceral Games, who used to be EA Redwood Shores, they're coming out with their next game in the next, was it 2022 or 2023 release? I can't remember. The Callisto Protocol. So I think I think EA,
I saw 2023.
I think 2023 sounds about right. I think 2023 is about right. I'll look it up again. But I feel like EA is just trying just trying to scoop, and they know that with a new project from the former Visceral team, that that now's a good time to actually put a project that they own, back in the spotlight. Of course, we just had the Mass Effect Legendary Edition come out, and you know what? Chances are, like this is the same approach they're going, and it could pay. Well, I know it'll pay off for me because I'll buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stray away from horror games. I'll be honest with you, I'm a pansy, but I've heard a lot of great things about Dead Space, and I feel that this would be because I did a little bit of research too. I feel like that would be a great like remake on on PS5. So
Yeah. I'm with it. I'll probably go the same route that I did with Mass Effect, though. I'll get it on PC. But you know what? If EA wants to make money, like it's at least money off of me. Like that's how they do it.
I mean, if they ever did a Dead Space remaster to kind of like what we're getting with Mass Effect, it would be amazing. I would love it.
Now the one thing I would want them to do on the Dead Space remaster is on the Dead Space remaster though is when it was releasing, like you had the digital comics, you had that one side game, stuff on the PlayStation Store and stuff like that. Give us all that stuff. Give us all that stuff. I understand if you guys don't want to do Dead Space Extraction because that was a Nintendo Wii title, which was actually pretty good. Like the story, like they did a lot of work to make that story fit with the lore of the Dead Space universe and the games, and I appreciated it once I beat it. So they don't have to technically do that, but give us the 3 main titles plus like all the DLC and campaign stuff that went on with it, and I'd be happy.
Now, Stephanie, do you stay away from all scary things? Like, do you like the Alien movies? Because I feel like if you like the Alien movies, you could also get into Dead Space. But that first one really is scary. I mean, the second and third one are kind of more actiony, but that first one is legit one of the scary. Is a really scary game.
Yeah. The funny thing about Alien is, my parents are into horror movies, and it's kind of funny. When I was 12, they would not let me watch Meet the Parents because it was PG-13, but they had It, Chucky, Alien, all playing when I was like a kid. I'm like, okay, that's all right. So believe it or not, I'm okay with the Alien movies. As far as horror games, I stayed away from for the longest time. I was traumatized by watching some Resident Evil stuff when my cousin was playing it. But thanks to Celeste and Talk the Walk, I did play Soma. I know it's like a different horror. I got
Soma can be stressful.
Yes,
Soma does. Yeah.
And I've watched a couple Let's Plays of some of the Resident Evil games. Like I'm starting to get drawn into it because of the lore and stuff like that. And the Resident Evil games, I think at least some of them are on sale on I think it's part of the State of Play sale, right? But I just know it's on sale, and I might get RE2 remake. Like I might finally make that jump.
I say get RE2 and RE3 remake if you can. Like
okay.
If you have to make a choice between one or the other, even though I am an RE3 remake person, like I'd say like RE2 is probably the bigger bang for your buck.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Perfect. I'm definitely considering that. And
I think 7 and 8 are a better entry point.
7, 8. Did I hear?
Yeah. My buddy's like he thinks 7 and 8 are a better entry point, but that's only if you're trying to get with the current format of Resident Evil. I will say that Nelly would probably choke me, but I will say if you're looking to get into the more, but Austin also agrees because Austin his jump on point for Resident Evil was 7.
Yeah, okay. I played 7 first, and then I played 2 remake, and I personally I like 2 remake more than I do 7 now, but 7 I had fun with 7.
Isn't 7 the one that's first person?
It can be first. Yeah, it is first person. I was about to say
7 is scarier.
No,
scarier than 2.
Yeah. Like I'm getting stressed out thinking about the fact that I still owe Nick a playthrough of Resident Evil 7 in VR.
Yep, in VR.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
I love horror games, but horror games stress me out. Like you guys, I'm glad I did not stream my my playthrough of Alien Isolation over Halloween. I'm glad I didn't stream that. I probably would have lost followers with how big of a bitch I can be.
It's a legit scary game though. It's not really scary, but it's stressful. It is. I hate that game.
Yeah, it's stressful.
Like I like it, but I hate it.
It's stressful, and I feel like I talk about this at least once a month, but I'm a big fan of the Alien movie franchise and stuff like that, and I remember like having night terrors about the movies when I was a kid and stuff like that, because number one, my young ass should not have been watching those type of films in the first place. Like movies are about body horror and like things perpetuated. Like it's like a reverse psychology like of rape, because like it's more like happening to the men than so much the women and stuff like that. I should not have been watching those movies at that young age and stuff like that. And so like all this stuff got reignited when I was playing Alien Isolation alone in my bedroom in the dark with my headphones on, and the freaking xenomorph is just every damn where, and I don't care. Sega and developers of that game are lying when they say like the alien wasn't completely scripted. They're lying.
Well, yeah. Man, but back to your question, Austin, and your prediction, LeRon. If they did come out with that Dead Space remake, like all of them together, I actually would be willing to spend money and give it a go for sure.
I will say this with the three games. Like the first one is definitely the most stressful. Like I remember being stressed out playing the first one, but like I said, like I love horror games, but they stress me out. Well, it's because I'm one of those dumbasses. I get caught in the fact that you're not supposed to die. So like everything is stressful to me, because I'm like, I'm not trying to die and things like that, where in all honesty, like, like you should just play a video game to have fun. Like if you die like 7 trillion times, you die, stuff like that. But Dead Space 1 is the most stressful out of the three. Dead Space 2 is just kind of like how the Alien franchise is. Like the first game scares the hell out of you. The second game is kind of like a good ride, and the third one kind of skews off. But the cool thing is the third one tried to like keep with the lore and stuff, and I appreciated that. But Skeleton Jack mentioned in the chat that it's a great couch co-op game, because the cool thing about that is like with the two characters, you got Isaac Clarke, who's the main character of the entire series, and then you've got John Carver, who is like a new character in the game. Like when you and a buddy are playing, like you're actually seeing two different sides of the scenario. Like there's things going on Carver's side that Isaac is like, what the hell's going on with you? And vice versa, because Carver is getting his first taste of like the sickness that happens with the markers and stuff like that. So he starts wigging out, and I was just like, hey dude, keep it together. Like I've already been through this shit twice. So yeah, so like I said, I didn't want to mention it because I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but I actually saw some stuff online that's starting to line up that EA might like try to sneak this one in past the goalie. So there you have it.
All right, nice one. Let's see. The next one, I mean, I don't know if I'm, reaching too far for it, but I kind of, read up about the job listing and the fact that it just had its 5-year anniversary. But I would love to see, an Uncharted 5, come out for PS5 with either, I don't know.
Daughter or with Nathan?
Well, I would think the daughter. I think that would be a popular choice, but I wonder if maybe, I don't know, could they even do another one with, was it Chloe Nadine? I didn't play Nadine? That.
Yeah.
I didn't play that one, to be honest, so I might not.
Lost Legacy?
Yeah. So
I feel like
how far-fetched that is. Sorry, LeRon. Go ahead.
No. I feel like in all honesty, like the direction of Uncharted should either be Chloe and Nadine, or it could be or it could shift. Actually, no, don't even worry about it. I say it's more Chloe and Nadine, and the reason why I'm saying to focus on them is because like they are adventurers and they are doing stuff like that. The reason why I would say not so much like Nate and Elena's daughter is because they're trying to get out of the life of doing that, and that's kind of what the whole story of Uncharted 4 was about. So I feel like they, if their daughter gets bit by the bug, fine, but they're not going to try to encourage it
Right.
or influence it. If she gets bit by the
Right.
bug, it's because she wants to. It's not because
Right.
dad was a great treasure seeker and mom kind of went along for the ride and stuff like that. So that's my thoughts on that. And I'm not saying that to like try and like throw anybody's opinion out or anything like that. I just feel, with my attachment to the Uncharted series and the way like Amy Hennig and by extension Neil Druckmann, like when he took over for Uncharted 4, like with the way they wrote it, it feels like Uncharted 4 was meant to be the end of the Nathan Drake legacy.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
And plus, I think if you go the route of using Nathan Drake's daughter and they're trying to keep her out of it, and she gets bitten by the bug and wants to find these treasures that her dad talked about, aren't we just talking about Tomb Raider at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like Chloe and Nadine are, like, to me, I want Chloe and Nadine to be the ones they go with. If they gave me, one with, and I'm forgetting the daughter's name. I know Elena's.
Is it Cassandra?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, maybe. But, to me, that just starts to sound too much like Lara Croft, and I'm like, well, we have that, and they're awesome. Tomb Raider games are awesome, so.
Yeah. No, that's a very good point. Like, and it's only because I didn't play The Lost Legacy. I didn't want to feel like I know too much about it, but I guess it makes more sense because they're already established adventures, like you said, LeRon. Whereas, if Cassandra, if I got her name right, the daughter, if she got bitten by that bug, we'd from a story and narrative standpoint, we'd have to see her growth to getting to be that adventure. And I'm not sure if everyone wants to.
Yeah, we need another origin story and stuff like that. And I'll be honest with you, like if anyone's been paying attention to like the last like 9 Spider-Man movies, like we're tired of seeing this. We're tired of seeing origin stories over and over again. Sometimes we just want to jump in and get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Austin, what you got? What's next?
All right. So Capcom has been on a tear lately with Monster Hunter, Resident Evil. They just keep dropping game after game. Why not go ahead and get another series, another kickoff, and go ahead and announce the Devil May Cry? What's the next Devil May Cry? I don't think the game will come out this year, but where's the announcement? I mean, we're already riding high on everything. Also, you could put Mega Man in this situation, but Mega Man's a weird thing at this point. Well, I don't know where they think about Mega Man now.
I feel like Mega Man was the start. Like Mega Man 11 was the start.
Oh,
you had
100%.
Because you had actually no. I take that back. Resident Evil 2 Remake was the start. Then it was Mega Man 11. Then it was Monster Hunter World.
Right.
And then it just cascaded from there. Devil May Cry 5, Resident Evil 3 Remake, Monster Hunter Iceborne, Devil May Cry Remastered Edition for PS5, and now we got Monster Hunter Rise, and Monster Hunter Stories is getting ready to come out, and I mean, we're probably gonna see the announcement of Monster Hunter Rise for PC this summer.
And honestly, it could be the DMC series. Like, I feel like at this point, I just think the Devil May Cry franchise, you're doing so good right now. Why not? Or Capcom, drop a new IP.
Well, they've got new IPs coming. Because remember, they had 2 announced during the PS5 event. Remember, the astronaut with the ghost girl thing. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember that one.
And there was another one that was Capcom, but it's slipping my. But you know what? Capcom has been. Oh God, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. There's always the rumors of the RE4 remake, which I hope. I pray they just do Code Veronica first, and then do whatever the hell they want to do with RE4. But you know what? If Capcom wants to stay on this remake train, start remaking and remastering Onimusha.
I feel like Dave not agreeing with Veronica's code? Is that the one he's about to? He's trying to hold it in.
Okay, so Resident Evil 8 was basically the dry run for the Resident Evil 4 remake. Because if you look at the way Resident Evil 4 originally played and the way Resident Evil 8 plays, it's the dry run. So 4 is going to come first.
Nellie's going to hate me for this, but boo! Oh boo!
So I think 4 is going to come first. And they're going to redo, like, all of the... not the, like, the Code... I want to say Code Veronica series... But it's not like a Code Veronica. Like all of the Claire Red Pill games, they'll remake later.
I was gonna say, do you think they might bundle those?
You're talking about Revelations?
Yeah,
Revelations. Yeah, that's been the rumor. But I think I think they're gonna make Revolutions like a Switch title. I think.
Really?
Well, yeah.
They're gonna launch it for Switch and then you eventually cross over to the other platforms. So launch it for Switch because like Revelations began its life on like the handhelds. Like it began its life on like 3DS and I think it got an extension to PS. Did the PSP have one? I want to say PSP had one.
Two was on Vita.
Oh, Vita. There we go. Okay.
Yeah. 3 is not coming to Vita. I'm willing to make that prediction right now. The Revelations 3 won't come to Vita, unfortunately.
Yeah. Speaking of games that are stuck on Vita that need to show up. Valkyria Chronicles 3 needs to get off the Vita.
Gravity Rush.
I got a
Gravity Rush
whole
is on
damn
PS4.
list. No. Yeah, I got a whole damn list of games that need to be off the Vita so other people can play them.
True that. Okay, is it my go again? I didn't mean to steal your. I didn't mean to steal your thunder though, Austin. Is it? Do you think it's really time for next Devil May Cry? Do you think it's time?
You know, I'm not really big into the Devil May Cry series. I played 3, and I played 2 and 3.
God, you played
3.
You played the worst Devil May Cry, and you played the hardest Devil May Cry.
I don't think I finished 2.
Oh, good. You're not missing anything. The only cool thing about 2 was they introduced Lucia, and even she was boring.
Yeah, but 3 I do remember finishing, but yeah, that I'm not a huge in the series, but I feel like you're riding high right now. Why not go ahead and hit another one of your marquee titles? And I forgot about the 2 IPs that they've gotten.
Yeah,
but we really haven't heard much about it since the PS5 event.
Well, the last thing I heard about, I can't remember the name of the one with the astronaut dude, but that one the last thing I heard about that was it got pushed back to 2023.
Pragmata.
Is that Pragmata? I think that's it.
Pragmata. That does sound familiar.
Yeah, I think yeah. All right. So wait, is it me again?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Austin kind of went there at the whole Capcom thing. Because I was gonna say that Capcom will probably give us a hint for what's going on with Monster Hunter 6. Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I already said that on Sunday night's Boss Rush podcast. So I think we're inches away. Well, actually, Konami's not going to be at any of the shows. Like they announced that they were not coming out. But I would not be surprised if somebody lets loose a leak that something's happening with Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. I would not be surprised because like there has been. Well, here's the thing about it. Like a couple weeks ago, I mentioned a story where Konami was starting to like outsource like some of their pre-existing IPs to show up on next gen consoles and stuff like that, which means that they were actually being kind of loose with the licenses and stuff like that. And let's just say it for better or for worse, Konami is in trouble. Konami's in trouble, and they let their star guy Hideo Kojima they didn't let him go, like he left. And he's doing big things. Like he's about to announce his next title. Actually, you know what? I take it back. Screw Konami.
I want to hear about Kojima's next game.
Hideo Kojima will tease his next project at either E3 or at Summer Game Fest. That's it.
Let's go.
I'm all in for that.
That's it. Screw Konami. Konami had their chance. Screwed it. Yeah. And now here's the thing about it. Like, is Kojima gonna stick to form and like have like these metaphysical, like like another metaphysical opus, or is it gonna be something that we're kind of used to from him? What do you think?
I'm not sure. What do you think, Austin? I don't know. I just know I would love to see something leaked from him. Anything, I'll take.
I still like Silent Hill means more to me than Metal Gear. That might be audacious to say,
Woo,
but
that is
really love
audacious.
Silent
You're talking to a room full of Resident Evil fans here. That is audacious for you to say.
I know. That's like the thing. Like, I didn't play Resident Evil till 7, but I played Silent Hill 2 at like 9 years old.
Silent Hill 2 was a wonderful game.
Yeah. So, and of course, PT, I never got to play it because it got taken off before I could download it. And so I really love Silent Hill. I would love to see Kojima go back to a really... Death Stranding had like the weirdness to it. It had like the creepy type vibes, but I want a straight up horror game from Kojima. And I would love that. But the man's a creative genius, so whatever he wants to do, him and Ken Levine, I'm not going to question. Just do what you do, and I will play.
Okay. All right. So, did anyone else have anything to add here? Because this show's running kind of long, so I think we might want to get ready. What you got, Dave?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
No.
Which I know we're already probably going to get one, and it's like Sonic Rangers or something. I don't care. It's open world Sonic. I hope they don't fuck it up.
Oh, yeah.
They will.
Yeah.
They will.
The Pokemon Arceus MMO or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see some more on that, like gameplay or...
Nintendo probably will bring some of that, and I guess in their Treehouse event, I guess.
Yep. I'm thinking that'll happen.
And then there was, there was one more. I can't remember what it was, though. There's supposed to be, like, a Spider-Verse game coming, but I doubt it.
A game for Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
I heard something about that, but...
It's supposed to be, like, one of the Marvel ensemble games, but it's all Spider-Man people.
Yeah, I'd heard about that, but it'd be cool because, like, I'd love their take on all the villains from the movie. Yeah. That would be cool.
We had that 2K XCOM Marvel game. What if that was Spider-Verse? And you had to play as all the different Spider-Man people. It was like XCOM like.
See, this guy behind me is a big Spider-Man fan. I am not really
super dope.
I am not... Because I love Into the Spider-Verse, but I was like, man, like, okay, so because I recognize quite a few of those the alternate versions of Spider-Man, like the Asian girl with the mech and stuff. I read the manga Spider-Man one. Was there 2099 Spider-Man in that one? Yeah, there was that one.
Spider-Man Noir.
Of course, Spider-Ham. I wasn't really familiar with Spider Noir.
He's fairly new.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like I don't know if that would do it for me. But if we're gonna talk about Spider-Man, I have a funny feeling on Summer Game Fest, Insomniac's gonna release something about Spider-Man 2, the actual sequel. Oh, yeah. And the reason why I'm saying that is because like if you guys beat Miles Morales, you saw the ending was the setup for the next Spider-Man game.
I get it.
Okay. Spoiler alert: Green Goblin's coming.
Which Green Goblin? Like the monster Green Goblin, or like
it's probably
Harry Osborn?
It's probably gonna be Harry Osborn.
I don't know. I don't know. It's very interesting what they're doing with
because the Venom symbiote was supposed to show up in Miles Morales, but it didn't.
Yeah, that was supposed to show up, but and I don't think there's any DLC coming from Miles Morales. I think they just want to go ahead and get started on the next Spider-Man project after they get Ratchet and Clank out the door, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well,
all right.
If you want to wrap things up, I'm okay with that. I have a few more I could spit off. If you want them real quick.
Throw them out.
Yeah.
Outriders DLC. That's what I'm hoping for.
Okay.
Final Fantasy IV 2D HD remake in the make of Octopath Traveler. There's reasons why. Specifically 4 is because on the iOS version of the game, they changed the naming of the description of the game to just 3D update instead of the 2D HD update.
Huh.
2D HD means something else now, which is like the Octopath Traveler, and then we get Dragon Quest 12 also and coming up like that. I think a Final Fantasy IV remake. It's a while, that one. Arcane makes a new IP with Bethesda for Xbox specifically, so a new Bethesda IP that's not Starfield. Something we've never seen before that will come on to Xbox. Breath of the Wild 2 and Metroid Prime will be there. And I bet LeRon will steak dinner. I bet LeRon steak dinner on this. And I stay by my word. I stay by my word. They'll be there.
Don't tease me about Metroid. Do not. I feel like
and then I feel like Prime 4 is definitely getting announced.
Prime 4 has already been announced.
All I said is they will be there. Prime 4 and Breath of the Wild 2 will be there.
Oh man, E3. I wish. I hope you're right, because I just don't feel so optimistic.
I think it will be there, but Breath of the Wild 2 is not coming out this year.
Yeah, sure.
That's one thing I could say for sure is not happening.
I agree. I agree with Dan and Corey. Like, the only people that appreciate Metroid is Americans. Are Americans. We're the only ones that appreciate it. Japan doesn't appreciate it, and I don't get it.
And then Lego Star Wars Complete Series, we finally get a lockdown release date, and they stop pushing that game. Hopefully. And then a Factions release date for Last of Us with a PS5 physical copy of Last of Us 2 that they'll sell with it. Probably at $70, but it will come with Factions.
Oh, snap. You bring out the big guns, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude.
Those are the, I'm waiting for Factions. That's why I haven't played Last of Us 2 yet, is I'm waiting for that PS5. Even though the update's out, it's probably going to be all that it is when it comes out on the disc, but I want that PS5 disc. I want the Last of Us 2 disc with Factions.
Why not just push the whole, Last of Us, because the HBO series is going to come out at the end of this year. So
that's just, and the speculation is this is the reason why we're getting a Last of Us 1 remake. But I hope it's not. I hope it's not just so they can just like change the face of like Joel and Ellie.
I really don't want them to do that, but they probably will.
That would cheapen it, And in all seriousness, like if they do that, I probably will not buy the game. Like I have my original, I would just keep the original.
I gotta agree with you. There's just something about, like I said, personally I feel like it cheapens it. It's almost similar, but I hate when there's a book and they make a movie out of the book and they re-release the book with the movie, the actors on the book cover. I don't know. I'm like, no, don't stop. You're ruining it. And I feel like that'll be the same way with The Last of Us, but it's not my call. So
yeah,
that's gonna happen with Shadow and Bone because of Netflix.
Oh yeah. Sorry, my little rant. Gosh.
It's okay. That's what makes us Crossroads so unique. Like that right there is because like we talk about everything, we get on the rants and stuff. So that's our top predictions for E3 and Summer Game Fest 2021. Hit us up at PS_Crossroads on Twitter. And let us know some of your predictions, things like that. We saw a lot of good ones out there in the chat. We saw a new Castlevania. We saw some momentum on the whole Devil May Cry thing. So Austin, you got a couple of fans here. Good stuff. But let's go ahead and wrap this up. No rumor control tonight because everything that we talk about as far as E3 and Summer Game Fest 2021 is basically rumors. So no rumor control tonight. Thank you. But that's our show for tonight. As always, we'd like to give a big thanks to you for tuning in to Crossroads, the PlayStation podcast. Before we go, here's how you can get connected and stay connected to the crew. Stephanie, go first.
You can follow me on Twitter at Klimov, KLIMOV _author. And then, if you tune into Boss Rush, the website, my articles will be under Mad Pharmacist. So.
All right. And while I have you here in the studio tonight, Dave, go ahead and plug your.
I'm good. You can catch me here the next couple of weeks. I'll be here in the background making random comments.
Hype,
all right,
right? Hype it up.
Yep, hype man. Did pretty good tonight. All right, Austin, your turn.
You can find me at PlayStation on Twitter, causing trouble with the Nintendo people.
Stirring up drama.
Stirring up drama, of course, getting at it. But yeah, you can find me at PlayStation on Twitter. You can find me everywhere else on the what is that? The pinned post, top post. You can find me everywhere else there.
All right. And as usual, you can catch me on social media, Exodus803, EXODUS803. That's also Twitch, as well as YouTube, as well as PlayStation Network, Xbox Live, all that stuff. Like, I've pretty much got it all under control now. Like, it's awesome having, like, to be able to be found under one whole moniker and stuff like that. Currently, Currently, Hunters for Hire is on a slight hiatus. There's going to be a couple of changes to the format and things like that. So I will give you an update as to when it comes back. But when it comes back, it will be back on Wednesday nights as usual. But beyond that, here's your reminder to head over to BossRushGames.com and take a look at all the content Boss Rush has to offer. Chuck Norris's Boss Rush banner asks, what if Sega had continued making consoles? Which is actually a good article. You guys check it out. The crew at Pal Block talks over the Switch Pro rumors and Pokemon Legends on episode 248 of Nintendo Pal Block. And lastly, Logan drops a checklist of the top 5 things that we can't wait to see in the MCU. Don't forget about our other shows and editorials available over at BossRushGames.com. And if you can't get enough of hanging out with us, then come hang with us over at the Discord community, simply called Boss Rush Games Discord. Link will be provided in the Twitch chat tonight. Finally, you can chat with us and keep the conversation going by hitting us up at PS_Crossroads on Twitter, where we hold it down on more news, events, and topics. And as usual, the Boss Rush Games family wants you all to have a great night. Go out there, play games, be better. I'm not going to yell at you guys tonight. I did that last week. I'm tired. I'm tired. We want to talk about video games. We want to enjoy E3 and Summer Game Fest. We want to see more PlayStation 5 titles. We want to see more PlayStation IPs hit other consoles. Yes, we do. So, you guys have a great night. We will be back here next week. Take care, y'all.